got that right. And what about this one? Good morning, Lee. Could you play a request for my son, Blake Bavard, who is 13 today? And he will be speaking to... he's going to be talking to Greg Hughes in the Finn Valley College this morning. Lots of love from Mum and Dad, Granny and Grandad. Do you hear that? Do you know who you're talking to this morning? You'll be talking to Blake. Greg, good morning to you.
Good morning, Lee. How are you getting on?
Sure, look, you have the best job. And do you know, you have a wee bit of red sauce on your moustache there before you get talking, because I can see you have some sausage rolls in you.
No, I did tell you what I had. I did have a freshly baked croissant, which is absolutely gorgeous.
You did not?
I did.
Did you pull over along the way, or did you get it and when you went
No,
to the college?
it was here when we got here. It was fantastic.
Right. Very good.
Okay. Who am I speaking to? Blake, was it, yeah?
Yeah, so you're going to be talking to Blake Bavard, who is 13 today. So make a
Happy
bit
birthday,
of
Blake.
because he's going to be 13, a teenager, you see.
Yes.
And that comes in from Mum and Dad and Granny and Grandad, and they'll be all listening to him. And
he's actually doing a bit of poetry for us. Blake.
Is he?
He is, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Come here. There's a right old buzz over there. I can hear.
It's early doors yet. You know, we're in the gym here, so it's empty at the moment. But it's going to be full of people later on for the launch of the Our Donegal album. It's an album from the Finn Valley College, and they're €10. The CDs, they're out there. I'll let people know later on where you can get them. But it's all in aid of the Donegal Hospice, so it's great to get the young ones involved and also get them sort of understanding the importance of the hospice and early age and all that stuff, Lee.
Yeah, it's going to be very good. It's
going to be good fun. Yeah, we have the Friday panel to start things off, though. Patrick McGowan, Dakota Link Menimum, and Paul Harkin. We're going to be talking about some of the big issues, some of the big stories of the week, and then after that, it's all fun and entertainment. Not that these three aren't fun, but you know what I mean.
You're good for the crack. So come here, tell us the crack. What's your plan? Any big plans for yourself outside of worky stuff for the weekends and stuff?
Watch the boxing tomorrow night. That's about the height of it.
All right. When's is it tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, yeah.
Tomorrow night. Who's boxing again?
Chris Eubanks Jr. and Conor Benn.
Yeah,
and a whole host of other people.
You were saying to me yesterday off air that they're decent enough boxers.
Oh no, they had their first fight was one of the fights of the year last year, so looking forward to it.
All right, is it on like at 3 o'clock, stupid o'clock?
No, it's on in Britain, so it's on ring walks from 10, that kind of a thing. So into bed early.
Nice one. All right, then come here. I might be chatting to you later. We might be doing that podcast later, maybe. If that's
yeah, defo.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, okay.
No problem.
Come here. I'll let you go now and hand over to Donald.
All right, cheers. You're gonna let me hand over to Donald?
Yeah, please.
Okay, no problem. Okay, you are very welcome along to the 9 till noon show. It is 9 o'clock. I'll introduce our Friday panel and tell you more about what's coming up today. But first, at 9 o'clock, let's say a very good morning to Donald Kavanagh with the latest news headlines.
Thank you, Greg. Good morning. The Inishowen Councillor is calling for a review of the ESB infrastructure in South Inishowen after a series of power outages yesterday. This morning, there are still 300 homes, farms and businesses without power in the vicinity of Tubin, Burnfoot and Inch Island, with a projected restoration time of midday today. Councillor Jack Murray says the people need answers.
There was a widespread outage across Inishowen which was addressed quite quickly. The very first outage that happened yesterday was in the Maharabeg, Inch Island area. And throughout the day, maybe 5, 6, even 7 times, that electricity supply has gone off again. And throughout the night and throughout this morning, I've been speaking to people who have been severely impacted by this. People are very irate about this, and they're quite rightly asking, why is Ireland paying the highest electricity prices in Europe when we have a supply like this?
Fine Gael MEP Sean Kelly has been appointed rapporteur for the EU's new Common Agricultural Policy Committee. The Ireland South MEP will be on the European Parliament's Environmental Committee and will author the Parliament's position on issues including CAP, food safety, climate and animal welfare priorities for the period from 2028 to 2034. Mr Kelly says it's critically important the new CAP works for farmers who should be properly paid for the important environmental work they do on a daily basis. The BBC has apologised to Donald Trump for the way his January 6th speech was edited in a Panorama documentary. The corporation is calling it an error of judgment, though it rejects Mr Trump's threat of legal action and says there is no basis for a defamation claim. The edit made it appear as though he'd urged supporters to attack the US Capitol. Sky's Washington correspondent David Blevins says so far the White House hasn't responded.
They say this is a matter for the President's private counsel. You can imagine he would welcome an apology. He would welcome the fact that they are not going to show the programme again. But of course, Donald Trump is a businessman and he was seeking compensation.
Ireland's life expectancy is now 82.9 years, putting the country above the OECD average but still behind the top performers. A new OECD report shows it rises slightly year on year but warns major health access issues remain here. With more, here's Kyle Butler.
Ireland's life expectancy moves up by 0.3 years according to the latest Health at a Glance report, placing the country ahead of the OECD average of 81.1. Switzerland continues to lead globally at 84.3 years, followed by Japan and Spain, while the UK lags at 81. Despite the improvement here, the OECD average highlights significant challenges, with only 65% of people in Ireland satisfied with the availability of quality healthcare. Health spending here stands at 6.9% of GDP, well below countries like Germany, Austria and Switzerland, where it accounts for more than 11%. Daily smoking prevalence in Ireland is at 14%, while 24% of adults did not perform sufficient physical activity. It says preventable illnesses including heart disease and cancer remain the biggest drivers of premature deaths across member countries.
And you can access that report on our website, highlandradio.com. Well, the forecast becoming windy with a fresh to strong northeasterly wind today. Some rain, mainly in the east of the region. Top temperatures on Friday 7 to 9 degrees Celsius. That's Highland Radio News. Back with news again at 10 o'clock. Check all the day's news on highlandradio.com. But for now, from the news team, good morning.
Are you finalising your festive favours? Contemplating your Chriskindle contribution? The National Lottery have you sorted with some instant excitement for this gifting season. It's the Christmas Scratch Card range. There's Festive Riches, Christmas Countdown and Merry Money, otherwise known as the Christmas Trilogy. With over €7 million in prizes to be won instantly, this year's perfect gift might just be a Christmas Scratch Card. The National Lottery. It could be you. Gift responsibly.
And now, it's time for the talk of the Northwest, the 9 to noon show with Greg Hughes on Highland Radio.
Hello and a very good morning. You're very welcome along to the 9 till noon show here on Highland Radio. And we are here with you for the next 3 hours. And we're out of the studio today. We're broadcasting live from the big hall here, the gym I suppose you would call it, at the Finn Valley College. So there might be a slight bit of echo on it, but you know what, it'll be grand. Because later on it's going to be buzzing with noise and fun as they launch their Our Donegal album, raising money for the Donegal Hospice. Now, we've got loads of live performances from students and teachers on the show today, by the way, so it's an extra special show to watch. So if you do want to watch the programme, if you're at home or working from home, you can open up the YouTube app on your smart TV or your Fire Stick and type in Highland Radio Ireland, and we are there. We're also across the Facebook pages and on X. And we want you contributing as well from home or work or wherever you are throughout the course of the morning. Our lines are open as normal. You contact and interact with us the same as you always do. 086 60 25,000 is the WhatsApp and text number, 086 60 25,000, or give us a call on 074 91 25,000. Right, we have our Friday panel in studio with us, which is fantastic. And they are Councillor Patrick McGowan and Las Cohirlock of Lifford Stranorlar Municipal District. How are you getting on, Patrick?
Yeah, great. Thanks very much, Greg.
It's great to be here. Well, normally I'd welcome people on, but I feel like I'm in your space now, right?
You're very welcome.
It's great to be here. Paul Harkin is Chair of Ballybofey Stranorlar Chamber. Hiya, Paul.
Good morning, Greg.
Good to have you with us as always. And Councillor Dakota Neat Minimum, Sinn Féin Councillor in the Lifford Stranorlar Municipal District. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Greg.
Right, so I want to talk about Ballybofey, Stranorlar, the Finn Valley area more generally, I suppose, in the context of now, but also, potentially post-bypass. And I know you were talking to me about that on the show to some extent, Patrick, so I will come to you. But Paul, we've seen, and I'm speaking as if this bypass goes ahead, and we have to presume that plans are well afoot, and it may well do so, right? So, is this going to be I don't want to mention any towns, so I won't. Is this going to be, the death of the twin towns, or is this going to be like a Donegal town, for an example, where it really, really comes into its own when traffic that doesn't need to be there isn't there? What do you think?
Well, look, I suppose to start off and say it is much needed. There is huge congestion in the town. I suppose from a business perspective, it's going to pose a significant challenge. It's going to be a worrying time for some businesses, and I suppose other businesses might benefit from less congestion. Studies show, Greg, that small towns with under a population of 2,500 are more likely to suffer a negative impact. while many medium to large-sized towns, which the twin towns would be with a population around 5,500, they experience little or no negative change in the town's economic condition. If you take Macroom in County Cork, that had a bypass of the town, a study of that showed that there's a 40% reduction in traffic going through the town. Oddly enough, 60% of that was medium to heavy good vehicles, but the town's seen a 25% increase in footfall in the town centre, which is very positive.
I think it makes it just a more attractive place if the town gets it right to go.
Out of 25 businesses surveyed, 12 said they seen a positive or very positive impact on business, while 12 says they seen no change in business. So I suppose from us here in the twin towns, statistics we get are certainly encouraging. But again, Greg, I think what's key in all of this is if the bypass does go ahead, and you presume it will, signage leading you to the town centre.
Yeah, good access to
is key. And again, like you said, good access, so you can get in and out, shortest possible distance. I suppose we all travel a lot, Greg, daily journeys and longer journeys, and we've all a destination, as you may call it. You stop for whatever reason. It might be because you like the food, or you like the surroundings. It might be a halfway house. But and I see it in my own business in Donegal. Most importantly, Greg, a lot of people stop with us to use the toilet. We're a toilet facility. So I think as a town, if we get, and as a business community, if we get them things right, if we're known as that destination stop, you would hope that people would still come and avail of your service.
Dakota, what do you think? How do you think the future of the Finn Valley is? And the reason I'm asking this question now is because if there's anything that needs to be done or should be done, now's the time to plan for it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm very hopeful with this bypass that it will come along now. I know it's been in the pipeline for a number of years, probably pre my existence.
I think pre your dad's existence.
Yeah, probably. But I'm very hopeful now. We've seen a lot of developments recently. I think it will be brilliant for the town. I think it really will make the biggest difference, because so many people just don't want to go through the town as it is, and they already are taking whatever shortcuts they can. So anybody that does want to come into the town, they will be able to now. And
yeah, it just has to be a destination town, doesn't it, really?
Well, I think we already are, because we have so much going on in this town. We have Micklehanney's that draws a big lot of people coming up here from all across Ireland, especially the north as well. And we're the town with the JA centre as well, like McCool's, so where a lot of the home games are played. We are known as a town. We're not a small town that nobody knows. We are well established, and I think we'll have absolutely no problem.
From your perspective, Patrick?
Yeah, no, I think if you wanted to answer in one word, is like Balbfane Scenario would have no future without a bypass. So it's as simple as that. We need a bypass. As regards the future, I think that there are challenges there, but there's a lot of benefits. The fact, as you said, we're going to get a lot of the traffic that are going to Derry, to Sligo, to Galway, a lot of that traffic that doesn't necessarily want to stop in the town. I think we will have to repurpose. Businesses themselves will have a new challenge. I think the whole town centre will be opened up. It'll be a lot easier for them. It'll be a more friendly town for people to stop, shop, and that. And as I said, with the likes of probably one of the biggest attractions in the country is Micklehanney's, and probably the biggest attraction that cash projections going forward, that Micklehanney's is not to be underestimated. It will be a draw. It's up to other business then to piggyback on top of that.
What's the status of the plans that were introduced, I don't know how long it was ago, about canopies and seating areas and all that kind of stuff? I can't remember under what policy that was. But
that's a rural regeneration, the same as urban, as in Kenny. We have the rural one. It's called the Seed Project.
Yeah.
At the moment, when them funding was announced and come in, the council actually had done that through their planning, forward planning, designed all these projects put them in and were successful. We actually didn't have a delivery team of engineers who takes it through to tendering, and that was actually put in place at the same time as the funding, because you weren't going to employ these people or move them about unless you had the funding. That has taken too long, but the first stage of that will be the repurposing of the Ritz Cinema, keeping the front facade but repurposing it into a 3-storey 80 office block. So that has got permission there in the last month or two to go to tender. So that's working at tender. That'll start. The other part of that project again is turning the existing car park in front of the shopping centre into an open plaza where the community can come and sit, same as you have in other town squares.
That's the bit I was referring to mostly. I've forgotten about the Ritz plans.
Yeah, with a multi-purpose then car park at the back, which part of that will be sheltered, which means you can go and drive.
Is there any time frame on that?
That part at the moment is going through compulsory purchase order because the council don't own that land. So the funding's been there. There was 9 million. Obviously it'll take maybe 12 million. But as well as that, we're at an advanced stage as well of doing we have a town team now looking at repurposing all of the buildings in the town, the derelict buildings. So that is going through.
And there are also other moves on to encourage above shop building, but also to strengthen county council powers for compulsory purchase orders, which would be useful. Paul, if I were involved in business in Ballybofey, maybe it doesn't bother people of Ballybofey Shanola. One of the first things I would do is try and get this vacant property statistic sorted out. Every single year, and I've got to the point now where I'm ignoring it. Every single year, it comes out that it has the highest vacant commercial, and I just don't think that's a really good annual moniker for the area, right? I don't think it's very nuanced. I think it's done on air codes and not necessarily floor space, and then you've got vibrant hubs where you've got multiple businesses and it doesn't take it into account. I know it's not a bid thing, but if I were involved with the chamber, one of the first things I'd be doing is getting onto Geo Directory Ireland and saying, can you explain these figures? Because I'm sick and tired of every single year around the country talking about as if there's nothing happening in the Fen Valley, and that's bad PR, and that's one of the things I'd be working on if I was working with you guys.
But what you must remember too, Greg, is the statistics in our view are somewhat clouded because it's actually 2 towns. So they're grouping the 2 together, so you're taking 2 towns.
But even
statistics
so,
and
how many times are they going to count the same derelict buildings over and over again that probably have no future as a commercial building?
Look, at the end of the day, Greg, I suppose that's a challenge in itself. I know there is plans and there's grants available to tackle the dereliction, but for me, I suppose the key thing in the town is industry and attracting some sort of industry in. I think we need like a Primerica, something to that nature, there's only so many chemists you can put in the one town before it's no good to any of them chemists.
But you'd have thought that would be, if with the right support, it would be a fantastic thing for the IDA to get behind to try and ease some of the pressures on Letterkenny, for example. You talk about commuter towns, right? There's people travel an hour and a half, 2 hours to work in Dublin. Like, why aren't people maybe availing of the proximity of Ballybofey Shanola to Letterkenny and spread a bit of that love?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Greg, because the government strategy is for that northwestern corridor. It's any investment in industry is Sligo, Letterkenny, and Derry, and outside of that, you're not in the equation at all. And I think that's sad. Like, how do you, they've all this talk about regenerating town centres and tackling all this dereliction, but to support that, you need jobs, you need industry. So if it's all focused towards Sligo, Letterkenny and Derry, how does towns with a significant population like Ballybofey, 5,500, how do they move forward?
Yeah, to go to the towns, it does feel like they do need alternative employment types. You know what I mean? Not just retail or hospitality. And I'm not saying that's the only show in town, but a big employer in different area, 300 or 400 people. I mean, that would be such a game changer.
Yeah, it would be great to have a bit of diversity in the town and allow more jobs to prosper in the town with a wide range of different jobs and allow people to stay here as well instead of commuting.
A caller says, by diverting long-distance traffic away from the main streets, the bypass is expected to significantly increase safety for local residents, pedestrians and cyclists, but this is the same passing traffic that we as businesses need. and other business owners in towns like this facing a bypass worry that removing through traffic will also remove potential customers, leading to a decrease in trade. Ballybofey will survive because people will stop, but I think Stranraer, which is the poor cousin, will suffer. And another, I hate to raise it again, but those crossings in Ballybofey are still a huge hazard. Well, I can't start talking about them again because I didn't like them when they were going in. But I think, I'm not sure if it was you, I think it might have been it was Paul or Patrick, one of you did talk about how, it was you, Patrick, in fact, it might mean all that certain types of businesses grow and others that maybe rely on dropping in for a Coke and a vape might end up closing.
And look, as we speak right now, we have a local farm born and bred that's out in Boston now with the county council growing back into what this town and many towns in East Donegal many years ago would have been famous for, was retail, the clothing industry. We have Riley Sports that are out with the county council. That's the dairy East demand. This year there's more Donegal firms out than there ever has been before. And last night they had a great reception, so they are working on it. I suppose it's up to the government that to create the atmosphere and to help industry and grants and that. But
that's a problem, because if you just heard from Paul, the only show in town in Sligo is Sligo Town, and the only show in town in Donegal is Letterkenny, according to the plans. So you talked about the government's responsibility, but if this area needs to be on the radar too.
Yeah, well, look, when you're talking about the ADA and you're talking about foreign direct investment, and like as you would know in Letterkenny, all the big international companies want to be together. They work through one another, and they do want to be together. Now, when
Can I just say, I'm not really sure that's true. I think what they want is they want a fully serviced site. They want state supports. They want nice tarmac, exactly what the IDA is providing in Letterkenny. I think if a business park or even one site was established in this area, I don't think any big company would have any issue coming here over Letterkenny. I'm not contradicting you, by the way, but I don't think it's necessarily access to Letterkenny that's attracted them. I think that's where you drive up and down the roads, it's IDA signs everywhere. Stick one of them here.
Well, look, the proof of the pudding is we probably have one of the best international let's say lobbyists, our own government or department. The IDA is recognised throughout the world. You just have to look that nearly the top international companies of the world are based in Ireland, and that just didn't happen. So when we have them people there, they're out lobbying and working for us all over the world. You do have to listen to them. I would like to see a lot of these sites built, but many years ago the IDA went into Mulford, Stranraer, they went round, built all these factories, and all lay there for years and years.
But
30 years ago they were repurposed into tyre factories.
I don't disagree with you fully, but they used to go into Ballyshannon, they used to go into Donegal Town. The craft village is still there in Donegal Town, the infrastructure is still there. I take the point you're making, but I think they were getting it wrong in the type of businesses and how they supported them all over the place. They have changed, so it's not a case now whereby you take the grants until they run off and clear off now. There's clawback and all that type of stuff.
And it's not like people used to talk about Abbots and talk about they're all successful. Is that this myth that they get the grants and run off?
It used to be the case, though.
Well, look,
it did. But there
was other reasons. There was economic.
They were unsustainable businesses, and as soon as the money ran out, they left.
Yeah, look, they were unsustainable whether in Ireland, England, or Scotland, and we used to be in competition with them. Now, but saying that, the seed project in Ballybofey, that is the idea there, is bringing, it's not going to be leased out unit by unit, it's to bring in one employer, whether a subsidiary of Google or Amazon or some of them, to come in, and that's an 80 office block. So that is the idea. It's not manufacturing, but it's office-based.
Before we take the break and move on, Dakota, even from your own perspective or what you believe from your community's perspective, what do you believe the number one priority, or one of them, right? It's very hard to pick the number one, but, one of the top priorities are for this area?
Yeah, as you said, it's very hard to pick one. Coming from my own probably personal opinion, I would say housing. would definitely be one of the biggest one.
Well, you can relax that sorted.
I wouldn't agree there.
Well, we'll talk about that after
I
the
think
break.
there's a lot of things though, like if I was just to mention a few, like we have Finn Harps, like getting their proper stadium, I think that would be massive for the town. There's a lot, the bypass is obviously factored into that as well. So there is a lot that this town does need as well.
And from your perspective, Paul B, business community, what do you see as the one of the top priorities for this region?
Look, I've already alluded to it, Greg. For me, it has to be industry.
Yeah.
Big
employer.
Exactly, without a doubt. Good luck to Letterkenny and all that they have. But the infrastructure is not on Letterkenny to grow that. Why not put something in the like of the Twin Towns, where you have a significant population that could cope with it.
So central too, because you'd be drawing people from
exactly
Donegal town, south of the county, west, north.
There's only so much that the SMEs can do in a town, and as I said, like you can't rehash, and you can't put umpteen chemists in the town expecting to work. Like it's you need the industry.
Patrick, what's your number one priority?
Yeah, well, look, it's to see the bypass built and to get it done, but in the meantime, it's not sitting waiting for that to happen. We're also looking at not just a direct link from the bypass into the town, and we had lobbied very heavily along the chamber to get that, but within the town, because many years ago it was going to go on the south side of the town, now it's the north side, so we need to make sure that all the traffic and all the community that are out on the south side of the town are actually able to get onto the bypass, and that's getting through the town without having to come through, say, Avenue Street or Glenfin Street. So we're in the middle of, we have two sites purchased, one at McLeay's Corner and one up here at the Lidl, and that's to make a link road down to the Glenfin Road. So it's to improve, not just taking a lot of the heavy lorries out of the town, but to improve access, make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So to get that done will be very important.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Keep your text, calls and comments coming in. Your WhatsApps and your text to 086 60 25,000 or call us on 07491 25,000. A texter says, Greg, as a frequent shopper to Ballybofey, as far as I see, 90% of the traffic goes straight over the bridge or else up the gap in the other direction. No parking near shops that people would love to pop into so they can carry on and shop and eat in the nearest filling station with a deli and toilets. A listener who lives just outside the Twin Towns hears of all these plans, but they seem to take forever to ever happen. For example, the new Finn Harps ground took 20 years from announcement before anything actually happened. When a major infrastructure project, the wheels do tend to move slowly, but it does feel sometimes that they move at a snail's pace up here. A caller believes there should be a bus every 15 minutes from Ballybofey to Letterkenny morning and evening at peak times. That comes in from Daniel. What about the factory on the left-hand side going into Stranooler on the Letterkenny Road? Empties? There is a factory there, is there?
Yeah, they are being used at the moment, but more for storage, not manufacturing.
10 years since flooding in Ballybofey, Castlefin, Stranooler, no planning in place yet. All right, there's a department of the council that works very much in that area, trying to get various projects over the line. Okay, you are tuned to the 9 till noon show here in Highland Radio. We're broadcasting live today from the Finn Valley College in Stranooler. It's part of the launch of their album Our Donegal. We're going to be speaking to teachers and pupils and parents over the course of the show. We've got some live performances, singing, poetry, drama, all of that to look forward to, but we still have more conversation with Councillor Patrick McGowan, Councillor Dakota Menimum and Paul Harkin after we take this break.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union. Seasonal loans now available for Christmas. Apply online or via our app today and get your loan transferred directly to your current account.
If you're looking for furniture that turns heads, at Foy's in Ballybofey in Letterkenny, we're more than a furniture store. We're your style destination. From elegant sofas to eye-catching lighting, luxurious beds to statement wall art, we offer the largest range of quality furniture and home decor in the Northwest. Every piece is selected for quality, comfort and timeless design. Check out our socials for exclusive offers and inspiration. Foy's, where great interiors begin.
And your steak, medium rare.
Thanks.
And your peppercorn sauce, mash, cream spinach.
Cheers.
Onion rings, broccoli, asparagus, sticky toffee pudding for dessert, followed by cheese.
I just ordered the steak. Is this...
All included, sir, with our compliments.
It feels great to get more for your money. Take the Dacia range. Spacious, stylish, packed with connected features, with a 3-year warranty starting at just €18,340. Dacia. Drive more for less. T's and C's apply. Price excludes delivery and related charges. Offers are limited. See dacia.ie.
TFI Local Link operates evening and weekend services throughout rural Ireland to help you stay connected 7 days a week. We know life doesn't just happen 9 to 5. So if you're commuting, shopping, visiting family, or going out in the evenings or on the weekends, let TFI Local Link take you there. Visit transportforireland.ie.
It's Boots' biggest ever Black Friday with huge savings on thousands of beauty must-haves, including better than half price on star gifts like No. 7, Lancome, MAC and many more. Don't miss out, shop now. And don't forget your Boots Advantage card. Selected stores and products subject to availability. Offer ends 24th December. Advantage card T's and C's apply.
They're back after yet another sellout show. It's Mac Fleetwood, live at Angrinnan Theatre, Letterkenny on Saturday, 6th of December. Experience the magic and the music with hits like Go Your Own Way, Dreams, The Chin and Rhiannon. Mac Fleetwood bring you an unforgettable night of Fleetwood Mac classics. Tickets on sale now at angrinnan.com. Presented by Joe Gallagher Entertainments.
Highland Radio Time Checks brought to you by AirGrid, the operator and developer of Ireland's electricity grid. AirGrid, powering up communities, powering up Ireland. The time is
28 minutes past 9. You're very welcome back to the programme. Right, so you heard Dakota earlier on mentioning that one of the key priorities in this area, and it's every area I think around the country, is housing. Now, the government officially unveiled its latest action plan. I think it's the 4th in 10 years. And it is a plan for 300 homes, 300,000 homes over the next 5 years. The thing is, though, that there is only one target, and that is 300,000 homes. It's kind of problematic, I presume, because of the process. This year and next year are kind of locked in, so you're probably looking at, 75 odd thousand houses. That leaves for the final 3 years having to build something in the region of 220, 230 houses, which is ambitious to say the least. Councillor Dakota Menimum, I'll come to you first. Of course, I should mention Dakota is a Sinn Féin representative in the Lifford-Stranorlar Municipal District. I mean, looking on at this, if it's delivered, happy days.
Yeah, happy days if it's delivered, but I still think it falls very short of what we actually need. We're not seeing the proper social, affordable homes in that plan. I think that plan was very disappointing for people yesterday, although not really surprising because it seems to be much of the same. Some of the things they've put out as new aren't actually new. So they've put out, about the over-the-shop, converting them into apartments or whatever. We already have that in the repair and lease scheme. These aren't new ideas. These are just being rebranded. I think what you mentioned there about the targets, not having yearly targets, I think that's just them scapegoating, so they're not being held accountable every year, because last year we saw their targets were 40,000 and they fell short of that with just over 30,000. And we know they were caught out with that. They had their big spin for the election saying that they were going to deliver this and they didn't. So it's just no surprise, and there's nothing for renters in it either. There's nothing for the Gaeltacht housing. There was a tiny paragraph on Gaeltacht and it just had nothing of substantial in it.
Yeah, but you talk about there not being annual targets, and I do get that, right? But we're clever and we can deliver 5 into 300, and then we can take year 1 and year 2 off the total of 5, right? So whilst there's not a specific annual target, there is a target of 300,000 houses over 5 years. So I can understand why people are picking up on that and seeing it as some sort of a failure. But ultimately, they will be judged at the end of the 5 years on whether or not that those houses are delivered. The question is, can they be delivered with the lack of capacity in water and sewage, power to some extent as well, and of course to the quagmire that can be the planning process. I think those are and also are there the people here to actually build these houses? So there's a lot of headwinds, as they say in financial circles.
Yeah, I think the lack of investment in the planning section, so whether it be the council planning or the commission planning, to speed up these decisions, and when they get to the courts as well, there's been no investment there, and that's where we see a lot of hold up as well with houses. So yeah, there's just totally nothing to be excited about in that plan.
Councillor McGowan, do you believe that this is deliverable?
Well, look, I'm like everybody else. I'm hopeful. I think this is one of the reasons that the government has probably said, look, we have a 6-year plan. You have a 5-year government, and rather than looking at it from year to year, because sometimes you start projects in January, February, March, you mightn't start houses until September, October, November. Like, so, you know, a 12-month cycle has nothing to do when a housing scheme starts or finishes and that. And like all the focus now, and like, you know, you have constructive criticism, and then you have opposition for the sake of it. Like, so it's important that the government, the department, all the different players work together, including our own kind of councils, because
I just pick up on one thing? And I do get where you're coming from, but I hope we're all being constructive. Like, say for instance, one measure within it. Now we know there's a massive supply shortage of homes, second-hand homes, for an example. So the policy document outlines a €100 million fund for 2026 that would be used to acquire second-hand homes for families who've been in an emergency accommodation for the longest. Right, that's welcome, but is it welcome that the state enters into the second-hand homes market? You know, what will that mean to prices into the future and going forward, and the availability of rental properties and all that type of stuff? Like, every action has a reaction, and I just wonder, you know, is it fair that first-time buyers now are going to be competing for properties with the states, their own money effectively through the state?
Look, it's as simple as this, and needs must, because at the end of the day, as Dakota says, we have families right now, some of them a long time in the waiting list, and the government's an obligation to try and take the most needy off the streets, off probably unsuitable accommodation. So we can't wait to build houses, because we have a long waiting list. We're not going to get to everybody in the short term. So in the short term, it's a very necessary thing that the government needs to get on and buy spend 100 million buying a house. This is not new. We've been doing this for a long, long time. It would be great in an ideal world.
I just want to say one thing, by the way.
It would be great.
Dakota did say that there's a lot of stuff in this that's repackaged.
No. Look,
and as a Fianna Fáil rep, you've just admitted that you're already doing this.
Look, what we said is you have to live in the here and now. It's going to take, look, as I say in there, 6 years to build 300,000 houses. We can't wait 6 years. People need them right now, tomorrow. So you have to welcome that. It's not ideal, and it would be great if the county council could supply direct build all the houses now. But look, you must remember, we come out of a major financial downturn. We came through COVID. There's a shortage of builders. There's a housing crisis in a lot of countries.
Well, how do we build these houses then with a shortage of builders?
Yeah, well, look, we're doing them. That's why it's going to take 6 years. That's why we're not going to all start planting now. If you speak to builders, they'll tell you the main thing is funding, infrastructure, zoning,
tax breaks,
and zoning and planning.
VAT breaks.
We have 40,000. We have 40,000 apartments.
The developers sat on 40,000 planning permissions down in Dublin until such time as the government opened the purse strings.
Correct.
We are by the ghoulies by the developers and builders really effectively, aren't we?
Look, unless the government has a magic wand and can build all the houses in the next 2 or 3 years themselves, we have to find some way of doing it. And you know, look, none of us like speculators and people yet, but we all need builders. So builders shouldn't be a bad word or something. We need them, whether they're building for themselves to make a profit or they're building directly for the council.
But the majority of these houses will end up being built by international funds, investors, you know. So,
but these people are all waiting on houses. So look, no matter who goes into them, if there's a waiting list, whether in the local authority waiting list or young people looking to get their first home, let's build. The answer is build the houses. If you said you have 40,000, you have 40,000 plan permissions sitting there, the private sector are voting with their feet, and they're not going to construction. So the government is using short-term measures to get them built.
Even here in Donegal, what effectively developers are saying or have said, or I've read between the lines, is effectively, unless the council stumps up more cash, we'll build these houses elsewhere. We can go into the north and build them, you know, and we've seen some developments, no one in the houses, because the developers are able to hold out waiting for bigger bucks off the council, and eventually in some cases the council has to walk away. But these developers can take their operations anywhere they like.
Well,
we really are at I mean, they're fantastic, we need them, right, but they call the shots.
Yeah, well, look, at the end of the day, there's so much the council can do by direct building. That even with no matter who's in government, no matter how much money throw at it, that's going to take so long. So we have to use a number of avenues. Like we have had the Building Federation and at our special housing meetings and effort, they have outlined basically these things that I have said. It's the same thing. Everybody's talking about it. It's getting the land, the planning, the zoning, the funding. The prices will determine themselves.
Yeah.
You
see, I have known nothing about housing, but when you talk about the government increasing HAP payments, which is right, so people need more support, but that also that means effectively there's more money out there, right? And I think the prices will go up accordingly. Obviously, there's groups of people in this country that have great incentives for rent, 600 or 700 quid a month, which drives the prices up. And now you've got the state itself in the second-hand housing market. These are all indicators to me that seem to make renting and buying houses more expensive, and these are state decisions. But as I say, I'm open. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But waiting very patiently with his views in relation to this is a gentleman who's the head of the Letterkenny, this Ballybofey Stranraer Chamber, Paul Harkin. What's your views on the housing plan, and how far does it go? Does it go far enough, etc.?
Well, look, Greg, you would love to see them delivering the 300 houses, but honestly, I can't see how it's going to happen. For me, affordability is key. If you look at back at 2006, at the height of the Celtic Tiger, we were building 90,000 homes. So you're not far short of them type of figures you're going to be looking to achieve again. In 2006, the average price of a home in Ireland was 339,500. The average price of a home now is 375,000. You'd have to wonder, Greg, how future generations are going to afford to get on that property market. There's something you said yourself, which is very relevant in all this too, is where's the people going to come out of to build all these homes? If you look at the last CSO data for 2020 in relation to craft apprenticeships, there was 2,390 were completed that year. Now they're saying that that's rising to 9,000 in 2024, but there's no stats in that yet. The government are saying they would like to see 10,000 per year. But the worrying thing about all that, and particularly in our own county, Greg, is like in that 2020 stat from the CSO, out of that 2,390, 40 of them were in Donegal. Like, we have a huge crisis here in Donegal in terms of the mica. How are we going to tackle that problem? Never mind put all these new houses on top of it.
Yeah, it is a challenge.
I just can't see it happen, Greg.
Right, okay, but at the same time, we have to wait and see. I mean, I think this is what I was trying to say in the show yesterday. I think anyone, it doesn't matter who you support or if you don't support, we need more houses in this country, and more affordable houses. I don't think Dakota, I honestly think the realistic dream of owning your own property in your 20s or 30s is finished now, to be honest with you. I just don't think it's...
Yeah, no,
I think we're just going to have to almost not put it out of our heads, but it just doesn't seem to be that we could ever find ourselves in that position again.
No, that's it, definitely. Especially if you are renting at the minute as well, and you obviously want to eventually own your house. You're renting, you're paying at least 1,000 a month now. You're very lucky if you're paying anything less than that. And that's just dead money, and you're not going to be able to afford a mortgage.
I would love to say, I think I said this to you when you said the same thing the last time, because sometimes I just wish that your rental record was a proper was given proper recognition when applying for a mortgage. So if you've proven that you were able to pay €1,200 on rent for 3 years, that should leave you at a huge advantage, I think, in terms of securing a mortgage. I know we don't want to overheat that market and overlend either, but there has to be some way where that ability to pay is recognised.
Yeah, definitely. Like it should be counting for something. You're paying that every month. Like, it should be.
And it would get rid of this feeling of it's dead money. I mean, obviously it wouldn't be towards you, but you'd feel it's a means to an end.
It would feel like something, and like the government had the choice to, bring in like a rent freeze where they could have freezed all rents now, so that people would have at least that bit of security that their rent wouldn't be going up. But they don't have that, and now we have the RP says coming
Around
in.
pressure zones, yeah.
Yeah, coming in now in March. And what are we seeing? We're seeing all these houses exiting now before that comes in, because they don't want to be tied down for the long contracts. The amount of people have came to me now saying, my landlord's selling the house, what's going to happen to me? You know?
I would love to know if the derelict properties being restored to accommodation is counted in the figures, because our figures in Donegal could look a little bit artificially good. I think it's a brilliant scheme, don't get me wrong, but we're the biggest adopters of that. Okay, we're in the company of our guests for this morning, and your comments as well. I'll get to them in a moment. Councillor Patrick McGowan, Chair of the Ballybofey Stranraer Chamber, Paul Harkin, and Councillor Dakota McMenamin. We'll have more from all of our guests, and as I say, more of your comments, etc., after we take a break. We'll be back shortly.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, offering low-rate car loans with fast approval. Apply online at letterkennycu.ie or in office today.
What's gravity? When does the grass grow greener? Can people with longer legs jump higher? How are plastic cups made? How filthy are our parents? Which ingredients make the best slime? Why do we dream? Are you faster than a calculator? Could a robot be powered by fruit or vegetables?
Kids are full of curious questions. ESB Science Blast, delivered by the RDS, empowers children to investigate the science behind simple questions just like these ones. Find out how your school can get involved at esbscienceblast.com.
Do you suffer from high cholesterol, menopause symptoms, digestive issues, anxiety, aches and pains, or a lack of energy? The highly trained team at The Natural Way Letterkenny can provide advice on natural remedies for a number of individual health issues. The Natural Way also has
and Tyrone. PD Bathrooms and Tiles are proud to unveil our newest and most stunning showroom in Lisfannon Business Park, Buncrana. Located right opposite the Northwest Golf Course, we offer unbeatable quality and incredible value. For 30 years, we've been the experts in total refits, stocking and serving as the sole agent for many top brands. Visit us today and transform your space with the finest bathroom and tile solutions. Telephone 93 95 884. PD Bathrooms and Tiles, where excellence meets value. Lisfannon Business Park, Buncrana, F93H10F.
The future of driving is here. Hyundai are built for what's next, so you can step into tomorrow, today. With innovations in smart tech and style, Hyundai continues as a leader, selling the most plug-in and electric cars in Ireland. The future is today. The future is Hyundai. Step into the future of driving.
Your local dealer is Divers Hyundai, Canal Road, Letterkenny. Call 9122 600.
New season of fabrics have arrived in store at Fabric World Maydown. On trend and in stock, we have all the fabrics you need. Thousands of curtains, upholstery and craft fabrics at incredible stock prices. Call in for your free curtain design and quotation at Fabric World Derry. Great Euro rates for all our Euro customers.
The 9 till noon show with Letterkenny Credit Union. Simplify your debts with a debt consolidation loan from Letterkenny Credit Union. Call us on 074 910 2126 or apply online via our app or in office today.
Looking for a nearly new 2025 model without the new car price? At iMotors, our demo and nearly new cars have little to no mileage, and you'll save thousands versus the new price. Fantastic cars, fantastic savings. Visit imotors.ie or drop by today and drive away a deal you'll love. iMotors, fearless generation.
If you're fitting a new kitchen or replacing some tired appliances, now's the time with the Ben Sweeney Euronics Kitchen Bundle. Get a single oven and hob, integrated dishwasher and fridge freezer, wash machine and tumble dryer, all for just €2,000. Other kitchen bundles are available on request. Call us today or visit Ben Sweeney Euronics, Port Road, Letterkenny, in the shopping centre, Dunlow.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes, unreal. Sausages for dinner makes everyone smile. They add sparkle to spaghetti, are brilliant on a barbecue, and of course, they're magic with mash. New Clonakilty dinner sausages make family dinners delightfully delicious. Easy to cook and available in a range of flavours. Pick up Clonakilty dinner sausages today and smile. It's sausages for dinner.
Donegal County Council have opened applications for funding under the Community Climate Action Programme Strand 1, building low-carbon communities, and will be accepting applications up until the 22nd of December 2025. The Community Climate Action Programme supports small and large rural and urban communities to take climate action at a local level, which will in turn contribute to the national climate and energy targets. For more information on eligibility and how to apply, please visit donegalcoco.ie.
Highland Radio weather updates with McElhinney's. Discover Christmas gift ideas for everyone on your list, from trending beauty to memorable Secret Santa gifts. Visit us in Ballybuffet to explore our extensive range of gifts or shop online at mcelhinney's.com today.
Welcome back to the Finn Valley College, and the weather becoming windy with a fresh to strong northeasterly wind. There'll be some rain, mainly the further east you go. Highest temperatures of 7 to 9 degrees, but there are orange rain warnings down the country, not up here, down the country too, so they're preparing for a huge deluge over 24 hours. We are, as I mentioned, here at the Finn Valley College. They're launching their album Our Donegal today, and we're going to be speaking in the second 2 hours to obviously teachers and principals here involved in the album, the concept, the project. We're going to be getting live music, students' performances. We're going to be chatting to the head boy, the head girl, the principal. There's a lot going on, so stay tuned for that. And of course, you can watch it all by going onto our YouTube channel, Highland Radio Ireland, and our Facebook channels, and on X as well. Just search that out. Let me see. We have been getting your comments in as well, of course, this morning. And very busy, actually. Can you ask the panel why a one-way system was never trialled in the twin towns? Paul, is there any argument for that? Have you ever? How would it work? Where would the second lane of traffic go?
I don't know. How would you even make that work? Right?
I don't know, because there's no natural loop there. It's never been on the cards, has it, Patrick?
Well, we've done it a couple of times when we're doing the major roadworks. It probably mean it would be a partial detour, like you would sort of go around Drainan and come around that way, and they dug up the streets and that. But look, see, when it comes to the junctions, you can't get around the junctions. You still end up in Clay's Corner, or you end up at Lidl and Aldi, and then you're going to have a tail back then. So, look.
Yeah, I have no appetite for that as a driver. What about you, Dakota?
No, I don't really see it working. No, maybe in certain lanes might work,
possibly,
but like link roads, but not actually on the main road now.
Okay, well, thank you for texting in. Who's going to build the houses? Have you ever tried to get a workman lately? They all say they're too busy. Discuss trying to. Can you imagine how many people are saying, "Can you be here before Christmas?" It's just going to be unbelievable. Discussing trying to get more businesses to open in Ballybuffet. Businessmen recently tried to get permission to open a large business and couldn't get planning permission, so took the business elsewhere. It seems to me, says another, that this housing plan is meant to facilitate accommodation for immigrants, migrants, maybe a few Irish, to cover their tracks. Well, there's specific measures there to address homelessness, and when we talk of homelessness, we talk of the 16,000 people. The government in the plan is recognising that and does have ambitions in relation to that, and also getting people the longest on the housing waiting lists, which would not necessarily include the people that you talk of. It's the government here who are making these decisions, not necessarily those that have come here. Can you ask your guests on their opinion of the proposed new development in flax fields in Convoy? Well, do you know of that? What's your view? I'll read it out then. So, can you ask the guests on their opinion of the proposed new development in flax fields Convoy? 24 houses recently completed, and now a planning application for 32 more. Is this welcome? I'm not sure if obviously locally there can be different scenarios. Patrick?
Yeah, well, look, I've been on your show several times, and I'll tell you at every council meeting I have asked for a health check, actually a town plan for Convoy, and they have wrote in looking for it, because this happened back in the Celtic Tiger times as well. You had all the developers, when things weren't going fast enough in Letterkenny, they were out buying land and building away. The same is happening at the moment. There's an awful lot of development going on, and we have questioned, particularly in social housing, our housing officer, that we need to have a quota on this. You just can't, because it's not just, yes, the sewage there, and so on. But there's a lot of other
Dakota, this then is the
issues.
catch-22, isn't it? You know, we want more houses, and then the problems are water, sewers, power. It's, you know, I know there was $1 billion for water infrastructure, but that's it. Unless we actually can see where that money's going in, it's only then that we can see where the houses can go.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. So them houses in Convoy, we've seen some of them. They've been completed. The rest should be completed now this month. They're very high standard houses, absolutely beautiful, no issues there. They're brilliant houses, but there is the issue of, like, you know, the services in Convoy. Convoy has a very narrow street. You know, the school, one of the schools is on the main street. It's a lot of congestion there. You know, that's what you need to look at whenever you are planning houses for Convoy. Whereas I would rather see the houses in somewhere like Ballybofey, who has a bigger capacity, has 3-4 national schools, you know, that can cater for the extra people.
And this is the complication, Paul Harkin, of this whole plan, isn't it? It's the right houses in the right places. It's just not build, build, build.
It's the infrastructure, Greg. You know, if the infrastructure's not there, how do you complete it? It's the same when we talk about industry. You know, if the infrastructure's not there, again, how do you complete it?
Yeah, a caller says the housing plan commits to deliver 72,000 social homes, 90,000 starter home supports. This significantly increases the state role in direct housing provision. That's not the way it should be. Workers should be able to buy affordable homes. This does nothing to help, says a listener. The council can't get empty council houses repaired to make the houses available to families on the social housing list. They are the very people who should be fined for sitting on vacant homes. Is there still an issue in turnaround of properties, Patrick?
Yeah. In this MD, we have zero empty houses.
I was gonna
zero. Now, you will find the figures, and it was discussed at one of our monthly housing meetings. Many years ago, back 20 years ago, at every meeting we had, we used to have 40 to 50 empty councillors at any one time, from St Johnson to, say, Fintown. Now we're down to zero. Effectively, they might be one coming empty right now. The problem in the Letterkenny and in the Shone area, a lot of the houses, when they come empty now, some of them are mica, so they have to be retained. They're not going to put new families in. So that is, again, is a sort of a mica affected block.
Of course,
issue.
and the thing that is particularly, you know, this housing plan, we have to put it in our context. As you quite rightly mentioned, I mean, there's an awful lot of council stock lying empty. There's an awful lot of people in council houses that they shouldn't be in because of defective concrete blocks. So there's a rebuild of those. We haven't even seen what that looks like yet, or how it will be done, or who will do it. And you know, whilst there are houses being built, private houses through the scheme, it's not at a scale anywhere where it needs to be or where we'd want to be. And then you factor into that building additional housing, and then you factor into that, you know, serious. The Milford's still under a hosepipe ban. Letterkenny's not far away from one. Glenties isn't far away from one. Inishowen in certain parts isn't. And you know, it just feels like we could be banging our head off a brick wall. Okay, listen, what's the best thing about Ballybofey Snorri, Paul? It's not fair to ask you first,
look,
but you know what? Life's not fair.
Look, it's a good town. There's plenty of offering on it. With some great things going for us, like Dakota said earlier. You know, the county.
Come up
GA,
with your own things.
County,
I'm only joking.
County GA is here. You know, with the Fun Valley Centre. You know, we have some fabulous businesses in the town. We have the likes of Michael Honey's. You know, as Patrick said earlier too. You know, known throughout the entire country. You know, we have fabulous hotels. We have 3 hotels in the town, which is a huge plus. Like, you know, there's plenty of things planned for the future that'll enhance the towns. New greenway between Ballybofey and Donegal town. The Reagan's going to be one of the most scenic in the country.
I look forward to driving past it.
You know, that should
it's a long cycle.
That should help, you know, from a tourist perspective.
Yeah.
But look, you know, it's a fine town. Or fine towns.
Dakota, what's your favourite thing about this area?
It probably is the community. Everybody's, you know, quite good. No, like, we do have a lot of good facilities here too. Like what was said, you know, the JA, like, we're quite renowned with our sport.
Valley Centres there.
We have a lot of different sports here. Like, we have Capri and different stuff.
Like, it's going to be heading towards the sporting capital of the council.
Yeah,
it's not
we are
already
quite
with
good
the
here.
new with the Finn Valley Centre and what it's produced. the new Finn Harp Stadium, which seems there's some brilliant people trying to get that over the line. And of course, McCool Park. Like.
Yeah, and even the school here, like they open their grounds, as well, and they're very inviting to the community. They let different groups use their hall and everything too.
Okay, 10 seconds. You've got Patrick, so it's not your fault. I've just left you short.
And the fact too, that is a lovely town. It's a very nice residential town, and there are jobs, and there's a lot of facilities here, a lot of sport and recreation. And we're starting shortly now on long-awaited Drumbo Park with the first phase of that, which will be another playground. So there's a lot.
I'm sorry to leave you short, but there's a lot of exciting stuff, and there's a lot of stuff crossing over. Listen, it's been lovely speaking to you, Councillor Patrick McGowan, Councillor Coatley Menimum, and Paul Harkin. We're going to take a break. Coming up after the news at 10, we have loads of conversation and entertainment for you. Don't go anywhere. We will be. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union. Digital loans now available. Apply online or via our app today and get your loan transferred directly to your current account.
McGowan Hearing, one of the longest established audiologists in the Northwest, now have weekly clinics in Letterkenny, Buncrana and Carndonagh. Book your free hearing aid consultation at one of these clinics or with audiologist Darren McGowan in your own home. Call 07191 00208 or visit mcgowanhearing.com.
Hillary's best ever Black Friday sale is now on, and it doesn't get any better than this. With an extra 10% off absolutely everything. That's on top of up to 50% off hundreds of made-to-measure blinds, curtains and shutters. Plus, control your blinds from anywhere with a half-price Smart Hub when you buy any electric blind, with measuring and fitting always included. And word to the window wise, if you order your blinds and curtains now, we'll fit in time for Christmas. Book your free in-home appointment today at hillarys.ie. Conditions apply.
Introducing Flow for Men, my new fragrance collection of products created to keep you feeling fresh and looking sharp. The ideal gift for the man in your life. Find Flow in pharmacies nationwide or online at flowbybo.com. Start every day with confidence.
Looking ahead to 2026? Now's the time to order your 261 Kia at Heron Auto, Donegal Town. With 5 brand new Kia models arriving, there's never been a better time to upgrade. With smart design, a 7-year warranty and finance starting from 0%, Kia delivers style, comfort and performance you can rely on. Visit Heron Auto, Donegal Town. Secure your 261 model today. Drive with confidence, drive with Heron Auto.
He'd be outside the kitchen window with a big smile on his face, looking for help to stand in the gap.
Eamon's son, Ben, died by suicide in 2021. Even good memories can be hard to share, but Embrace Farm is here to listen. Supporting farm families in Ireland every step of the way after a serious injury or sudden death. Visit embracefarm.com or ring us at 085 770 9966 to tell us your story.
Is your couch older than your Spotify playlist? Is your dining table wobblier than your uncle at a wedding? If so, it's time for an upgrade at Grove Furnishings, Kiltoy Road, Letterkenny, the largest furniture store in the Northwest. From stylish sofas to elegant beds, from floor covering to occasional pieces, we've got you covered. And we offer free delivery within 80 kilometres. Grove Furnishings. Seriously good furniture.
Live, on air, online and on the Highland Radio app. This is Highland Radio News.
Good morning, it's 10 o'clock. Donald Cavan for a review of the ESB infrastructure in South Inishowen after a series of power outages yesterday. This morning, there are 300 homes, farms and businesses without power in the vicinity of Tubin Burnfoot. Time of 12 midday today. Councillor Jack Murray says the people of the area need answers.
There was a widespread outage across Inishowen which was addressed today, maybe 5, 6, even 7 times that the electricity supply has gone off again, and throughout the night and throughout this morning I've been speaking to people who have been severely impacted by this. People are very irate about this, and they're quite rightly asking, why is Ireland paying the highest electricity prices in Europe when we have a supply like this?
Fine Gael MEP Sean Kelly has been appointed rapporteur for the EU's new Common Agricultural Policy. The Ireland South MEP, a member of the European Parliament's Environment Committee, will author the Parliament's position on issues including CAP, food safety, climate and animal welfare priorities for the period from 2028 to 2034. Mr Kelly says it's critically important that the new CAP works for farmers, who should be properly paid for the important environmental work they do on a daily basis. National Broadband Ireland says that high-speed connection is now available to a further 1,582 premises in Donegal under the National Broadband Plan. Works have now been completed in the vicinity of Ardra, Doris, Glengesh and Glenties. It follows connections being made on the Inishowen Peninsula, Fintown and Ballyshannon. NBI say they expect a further 3,100 premises to be connected near Donegal town during 2026. The BBC has apologised to Donald Trump for the way his January 6th speech was edited in a Panorama documentary. The corporation called it an error of judgment, though it rejects Mr Trump's threat of legal action and says there is no basis for a defamation claim. The edit made it appear as though he'd urged supporters to attack the US Capitol building. Sky's Washington correspondent David Blevins says so far there's been no official comment from the White House.
They say this is a matter for the President's private counsel. You can imagine he would welcome an apology. He would welcome the fact that they are not going to show the programme again. But of course, Donald Trump is a businessman and he was seeking compensation.
The UK Culture Minister Lisa Nandy says the BBC must now look forward.
Get the right processes in place, they have the right mix of editorial experience at the very top of the organisation, and that we put them on a firm footing for the future through the Charter Review. I'm determined to support them with that.
Uisce Éireann say they're investigating reports of water supply disruptions affecting Faughir, Dunfanaghy and surrounding areas today. They say works are scheduled to take place until 2:30 this afternoon in the area. The area around Creasla, Dunfanaghy and Falcarra has been plagued by water outages in recent times. And Ireland's life expectancy is now 82.9 years, putting the county above the OECD average, but still behind the top performers. A new OECD report shows it rises slightly year on year, but warns major health access issues remain in this country. With more, here's Kyle Butler.
Ireland's life expectancy moves up by 0.3 years according to the latest Health at a Glance report, placing the country ahead of the OECD average of 81.1. Switzerland continues to lead globally at 84.3 years, followed by Japan and Spain, while the UK lags at 81. Despite the improvement here, the OECD average highlights significant challenges, with only 65% of people in Ireland satisfied with the availability of quality healthcare. Health spending here stands at 6.9% of GDP, while below countries like Germany, Austria and Switzerland, where it accounts for more than 11%. Daily smoking prevalence in Ireland is at 14%, while 24% of adults did not perform sufficient physical activity. It says preventable illnesses, including heart disease and cancer, remain the biggest drivers of premature deaths across member countries.
And you can access that report on highlandradio.com. Weather forecast: windy today with a fresh to strong northeasterly wind, some rain mainly in the east of the region, in top temperatures of 7 to 9 degrees Celsius. This evening and tonight will be largely dry with clear spells. Some rain and drizzle will affect eastern parts overnight. Quite windy with a fresh to strong northeasterly wind. Lowest overnight temperatures 4 to 7. Tomorrow will start mainly dry with sunny spells. Outbreaks of light rain and drizzle will move into southern parts over the course of the day. They'll ease and die out as we get into the afternoon, becoming mostly dry and bright with just some isolated showers by Saturday evening. Rather windy at first with fresh to strong northeasterlies. They'll ease in top temperatures again of 7 to 9 degrees Celsius. And that's Highland Radio News. We're back with news headlines again at 11 o'clock. In the interim, check all today's news on highlandradio.com. But for now, from the news team, good morning. The opportune notices for this Friday morning, the 14th of November. The death has taken place of Joan Cunningham, Narn Portnew. Her remains are reposing at her home. Funeral from there tomorrow morning at 11:30, going to St Connell's Church, Kilclooney, for Requiem Mass at 12 noon. Burial afterwards in the adjoining cemetery. Family flowers only, please. Joan's funeral mass can be viewed on Shovelin's Funeral Home Facebook page. The death has taken place of Breed Byrne, née Carr, Crove, Carrick. Reposing at her late residence today from 12 noon until 10 p.m. Funeral from there tomorrow morning to St Patrick's Church, Meenaneary, for Requiem Mass at 11 o'clock, followed by burial in Kilcar Cemetery. House private, please, before the funeral tomorrow. And the death has taken place of Ronica Cutliff, Clonbeg, Buncrana, Nay Gibbons of Ocht Road, Cure, Muff. Veronica's remains are reposing at her late residence, leaving there on tomorrow Saturday morning at 10:30, going to St Mary's Church, Cockhill, for 11 o'clock Requiem Mass with burial in the adjoining cemetery. The Mass can be viewed on churchservices.tv. Home open to family, friends and neighbours today from 12 noon until 9 o'clock. Private please before the funeral tomorrow. Family flowers only please, donations in lieu if desired, to the Donegal Hospice, care of any family member or Porter Funeral Directors. For family information and more details regarding wakes and funerals, please go to highlandradio.com.
Dazzle your guests this Christmas with Aldi's specially selected range. Discover amazing appetizers like flavored smoked salmon, seasonal spectaculars like Bord Bia quality assured slow-cooked Irish silverside ham, just $19.99, in store December 5th. And dreamy desserts like the ultimate melting baubles, indulgent chocolate with a salted caramel pouring sauce, in store December 19th. If you love Christmas, you love Aldi's specially selected, while stocks last.
You're very welcome back to the 9 till noon show here in Highland Radio. It's Greg Hughes with you until midday. We are broadcasting the show today from the Finn Valley College in Stranraer. I want to thank, before we move on, Patrick, Dakota and Paul for their contributions in the first hour. The rest of the show really, I suppose, is dedicated to learning more about the college and the launch of, which is taking place today, their album Our Donegal, with all proceeds going to the Donegal Hospice. Just a few of your comments. Please ask Patrick McGowan why on Saturday night there were no Gardaí in Ballybofey. For example, a recent incident with the fireworks at Blue Cedars. Gardaí were called at 7:15 but didn't arrive until hours later. Good morning, Greg. I was watching Futureville on RTE last night. By 2050 there'll be 250,000 people in Athlone as opposed to 20,000. Where are they going to get the additional 230,000 homes from? Will they import them from a different country in the robotic plan for the traffic control fantasy? Maybe they should have used the robotic plan to open up Letterkenny. That comes in from Bill, not familiar with the robotic plan. I've been asked to mention that a Mass is taking place in Gorta Hawk on Sunday at 11 a.m. It's in the Church of Christ the King. National Remembrance Day, of course, that is for road traffic victims, and there's a number of events, and if you do have one in your area and you'd like me to mention it, please get in touch. Right, let's say good morning to Miss Farah Bogle and Mr. Sean Byrne. Good morning to both of you.
Morning, Greg.
Thank you for your time. Right, so Farah, I'll start with you if that's okay. Talk to me about the concept of Our Donegal, how long it's been in the workings and the idea behind it.
Okay, Greg, so I suppose Our Donegal came about, I suppose, early this year, kind of January time, and it's the third in a series of albums that would have been done by Finn Valley College here under Mr. Sean Byrne here. So the concept here is that we kind of decided that our local area would be lovely. It'd be a lovely thing to work on, and we've got so much amazing music and poetry in Donegal, and we really wanted to open that up to our students and to let them explore that.
And what is the contents of the album, Sean? I don't mean track by track, but talk to me about, what is on the album.
Well, just to reiterate what Farah said here, this is the third one. Our first one, Craig, was back in 1916. You remember the celebrations then? So we decided to do 16 songs and poems about 1916. In 1918, because it was the centenary of the war, World War I, we decided to look at Donegal and Ireland's role in that war, which is kind of part of forgotten history. The plan then was in 2020 we were going to look at the independence struggle.
Don't say it.
Yeah, okay, I won't. So it was put on the back burner for a while, and then when we came back to revisit the idea this time last year, we just decided that those songs, they're great songs, but they tend to be a little bit downbeat, a little bit negative, a lot of death in them. So we decided to go for something and pivot towards maybe celebration theme. So we went for Donegal. We have old songs, new songs, borrowed songs, no blue songs. We have tunes on the accordion, on the piano. We have some brilliant poems by contemporaries like Denise Blake, and poems that are 150 years old connected to the county. We have great song coming up now in a while, Amazing Grace. which is a strong connection to Donegal. I don't know, do you know the story of John Newton? Shipwrecked off the coast of Donegal and turned away from slavery and decided to dedicate his life to God. And that's his, I suppose, anthem and his prayer to God. So we've a lot of songs that are either written by people in Donegal or connected to people. Donegal is the theme. I suppose it's a celebration of our Donegal, all culture, our heritage. Very often it is an oral heritage that we have here. So we're celebrating that, I guess.
And Farah, it's there's a couple of things going on here at the same time, right? Because obviously you're creating, the students are involved in that too, but you're also, discussing history and culture and what have you with the students as well, and increasing their understanding. So they're learning through the arts.
They are, yeah. I mean, it's very much a cross-curricular project, and it started off as a JCSP project here in the school. So we've pulled a few different departments in, like you say, the history department, geography, Irish department. We have Glanth and Glasgow on there. So yeah, I suppose it's just really given the students as much of a rich experience of those songs as we possibly could.
Yeah, okay, brilliant stuff. Now, the album itself is being launched today. Sean, where is it available? And talk to me about why the Donegal Hospice was picked as the beneficiary.
Well, the hospice was picked because that's what we chose the last time with the World War I CD. We gave money towards it. I think it's I suppose a charity that's close to everyone's hearts. There are very few of us out there that haven't had someone affected by the hospice and care for loved ones in the hospice. So it was an easy enough one to do. Now, what were you saying there, Greg? Apart from that, there was the...
it was just about, where it's going to be available, how people
availability.
Can get it.
Yeah. Well, we have a stall here today. We're selling it in the school. We're making it available in the town here in 2 shops in each of the 2 towns, Alexander's in Ballybofey and Andy's in Stranraer. We're making it available on the Christmas markets that are going to be coming up in the town as well, and in the surrounding area. And we'll be taking orders in the school as well by phone. So hopefully we have a few hundred done up, so hopefully we'll be able to raise quite a bit of money.
I hope the parents and guardians buy them themselves. Like, you're going to have to do a run then for the rest of us.
Well, I think we might have to do a reprint of it because it's on a pen drive, Craig, so it's ideal size to post across seas to a loved one as a Christmas present.
Okay, so that's how you're distributing it.
Yeah, this time, the other 2 times it was a physical CD.
No, why do that? What are you going to play it in? I have nothing to play a CD in at home.
Exactly, that's what people were saying. So the pen drive, most cars now, most stereo units have a pen drive, so it's so handy. So we got them printed up with a little school logo on it, and we have a little inlay card with original artwork on it and the track list. And I'll shout out there to Nicole Stensko, a student who designed the artwork for us last April, Leaving Cert student, and it's a beautiful picture of a Byron and musical instruments on it.
Right, so Ms. Farah Bogle's going to rejoin us in a moment, but she's double jobbing as she's providing musical accompaniment for our first student performance. Before we get into that, talk to me just about the inclusion of this song. I know you referenced the history and what have you, and it's great actually to see in a show embracing this in the way they are, not just recognising the history, but also, I suppose, in terms of seeing how it can benefit the community and what have you. So.
Yeah, they've created a little walkway, a sort of a focal point. Seemingly that's the actual point that he came ashore at Luswilly, the first feet on the ground, so to speak. It's a fascinating story. And interestingly, I first heard this story when I was at Mass years ago. The local priest here in the town was talking about the story, and it was part of his sermon, part of his homily. And I didn't, like a lot of people, when you tell them, have no idea that the county has such a strong connection to that quite amazing song, because it is a song of suffering, it's a song of triumph, it's a song of resilience, and a lot of people do warm to that song. I was at a funeral there in Letterkenny Cathedral there 2 weeks ago, and it was sung. And you could hear you could hear pin drop in the cathedral.
Right, stay right where you are. That's the voice there of Mr. Sean Byrne. We're going to hear our first piece from the Our Donegal album. The student performing Amazing Grace is Becky Doherty, accompanied by Miss Farah Bogle. So whenever you are ready, ladies, take it away.
How sweet the sound that
Well done to you. That was Becky Doherty there. Okay, stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break so you can play your bingo numbers, and we'll be back with more conversation. And next up, some poetry from students.
It's time for Vision Ireland Bingo on Highland Radio.
It's Friday the 14th of November. You're playing on the yellow sheet for the daily prize of €800. The reference number is S10. It's game number 46. The numbers are 32, 33, 70, 47, 88, 64, 25, 8, 63, and finally 50. Phone your claim to 9104833 before midnight, leaving your name, contact number and the name of the shop where you purchased your book, and we'll call you back the next working day. Get all your Vision Ireland bingo information at highlandradio.com.
Buying or moving home can be a strange mixture of excitement and stress. So the last thing you need is worrying about conveyancing. Time to call McElhenney and Associates. They'll move that property transaction along swiftly, make sure everything's in order, and prevent any nasty surprises. Residential, commercial, leasing, or voluntary transfer. Call today on 074 917 5989 or find us online. We'll do the paperwork, you do the wallpaper. McElhenney and Associates, Solicitors, Stranorlar. How can we help?
Who's making something wonderful at Lidl this year?
I'm Brian Seary from Seary's Bakery in Carlow. We're very proud to supply Blossom Heron awarded Dundalgan Irish Christmas pudding to Lidl stores. The proof is in the pudding, as they say.
Deluxe Irish Christmas puddings from $8.99. Lidl, more to value.
Hegarty's Home Interiors Buncrana, the biggest direct importer of sofas, beds, mattresses and flooring in the Northwest. Best in stock deals on selected sofas and corner sofas. Best in stock deals on gas lift beds. Best in stock on mattresses. Best in stock deals on laminate flooring, semi-solid flooring and carpets. Full fitting service on carpets and wood flooring. With a free delivery service throughout the Northwest, including all of Northern Ireland. Hegarty's Home Interiors Buncrana. Always lower prices.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, with monster loans available up to €60,000 for all occasions. Visit letterkennycu.ie.
Okay, you're very welcome back to the 9 till noon show, and we are rejoined by Miss Farah Bogle, who's the music teacher here. It must be a pleasure, Farah, to see the students come into their own, musically or through any, be it poetry or what have you, and we had a fantastic performance there.
Oh, we did. We have absolutely fantastic talent here in the school, Greg. And I'm only, to be honest with you, I'm only new enough to the school. I'm only in my second year here.
Well, can we bring the person in here who's responsible for all this talent then, please?
They're right in front of you. These kids do all their own work. But no, so I suppose our music department is relatively young in the school here. So we're absolutely delighted. Brand new music department, and we're offering now the drama, film and theatre studies as well at senior cycle.
There's a huge interest in that, I've noticed, amongst young people. And not just here, obviously, but across the county, I've seen.
Yeah, we're very lucky to be able to promote that in the school under Sean Byrne there and Martina Gary. So it's fantastic that we have that. We're one of the pilot schools in the country for that, and there's some of the students that will be on today will be our students of that already, so it's fantastic.
Right, now we're going to hear a bit of the murder of Bella Brooks. Who wants to set this up for me? The students themselves, or the students are in front of me right now. David Dooley. Hi, David.
Hi.
Good to have you with us, and Abby Cassidy as well. What's it feel like, Abby, being... is this your first album?
Yeah, this is my first one.
Okay, and talk to me a little bit, Abby, about what you're going to be reading for us.
We're going to be reading a poem by Francie the Fiddler. It's about Bella Brooks, a servant girl in Dunamore Parish near Castlefin. She was seduced by a landlord, and he got her pregnant, and when he found out, he gave her chloroform, and with the help of his father's servant, managed to throw Bella into the River Finn. Her lifeless body was found the next day floating in the river, and the case was covered up.
Okay, right. So this is from Francis Kelly, a.k.a. Francie the Fiddler. Your readers are Abby Cassidy and David Dooley. Take it away whenever you're ready.
The murder of Bella Brooks.
Come tender-hearted Christians, I hope you will draw near, for I claim your kind attention, and I won't delay your cheer. About a vile murder that took place some years ago, and how the crime was carried out, I mean to let you know.
About 3 miles from Castlefin in the county Donegal, there lived a farmer's daughter, handsome, young and tall. She had received some visits from the landlord's son, but he was sly and cunning, and soon her favour won.
He stole her to his father's home, a while there in his keep, till one night when she was child, drugged her in her sleep. And when he saw her resting, went to his servant man, and they hurried off to execute their evil, wicked plan.
They dragged her to the water's edge, then cruelly threw her in. Next dawn, her body lifeless, found floating in the Finn. The police? Yes, they were sent for, as the news soon spread around. The landlord's son is missing, and Bella Brooks is drowned.
The doctor too arrived when she was dragged ashore, but said that only God above could her life restore. Said her death was by her hand, so the landlord's son returned, but fled one frosty morning when the landlord's house was burned.
On winter nights, they say, when the mist shrouds o'er the Finn, and you feel the banshee's call send chills across your skin, a young girl's voice is heard, a dark and haunting sound. The landlord's son is missing, and Bella Brooks is drowned.
Well done. That was lovely, actually. Really liked that. And on the whistle,
Miss Caroline Kearns.
Miss Caroline Kearns. Well done to you. Added the atmosphere to it there, no doubt whatsoever. And public reading is, I think, sometimes as hard to get right as singing. And both of you fantastic at what you're doing there, because we do with a lot of people in reading and stuff, right? Because of the radio news were brilliant. Well done to you. That's Abby Cassidy there and David Dooley. The launch is this afternoon. Our Donegal album launch. It's songs, music and poetry of our county, featuring, of course, the students and staff of Finn Valley College. That event's at 2 p.m. Invite only, or what's the story there?
Rights have gone out, and we'll have parents of the students involved, and some of our staff and students here as well.
And there'll be performances and all this afternoon.
There will, yeah.
Excellent. So this is really the dress rehearsal. Ish.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, it's slightly more significant.
It is, just a bit.
Okay, listen, thank you so very much for now. Well done to you, Abby. Well done to you, David, again. And thank you very much to Ms. Farah Bogle. And we also heard from Mr. Sean Byrne a little later on. We're going to have more guests joining us here in our studio in the corner of the gym here after we take a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Watch the show live now on YouTube, Facebook and at highlandradio.com. The 9 till noon show with Letterkenny Credit Union, now offering mortgages from 40,000 to 600,000 euro with no hidden fees or transaction charges. Letterkenny Credit Union, 9102127.
This festive season, don't give yourself an excuse. Give yourself the gift of balance at Beyond Light Therapy in Buncrana, where feeling good truly begins. Join us on November 27th between 3 and 7 p.m. for something a little different. Come along, have a chat, and see for yourself how this amazing technology works. For just €120, you'll get 4 hours for the price of 2 in our 60-unit energy enhancement system, a healing detox bath kit, your own personal flower essence, and a €160 voucher to use through December. Spots are limited. Call Beyond Light Therapy today and book your place.
Flying to Dublin on business? Enjoy same-day return and budget parking with convenient and affordable travel with Aer Lingus. Book your flight now and make your business trips easier. Fly Aer Lingus.
Make your Christmas party unforgettable at Century Complex. Our festive packages, Jingle Mingle, Feast and Fun and Taste and Toast, offer delicious dining, fun activities and cocktails. Starting November the 28th for groups of 5 or more. Dates are booking fast, so call now. Visit centurycinemas.ie or call 07491 21976 to secure your night.
Thinking of changing your floors? Why not see what Floor at Letterkenny has to offer? Floor at have a large selection of solid, semi-solid and laminate click vinyl wood flooring together with a fantastic choice of parquet, herringbone flooring, all at incredible value. Don't delay. Call Floor at today on 087 161 7008.
At Centro, we've got amazing Santa savers from now until the big man arrives. Like the London Essence Selected Range 6-can pack, €4 each plus deposit. Dorito Sharing Bag Selected Range, €2 each. And Graham Norton Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc, only €10. Stock up with Centra. Centra. Live every day. Enjoy alcohol sensibly.
Get ready for the highlight of the festive season. It's the Highland Radio Christmas Concert at the Mount Donegal Hotel on Tuesday the 9th of December, starring Derek Ryan, Mike Denver, Jerry Guthrie, Keith and Lorraine MacDonald, Des Willoughby and myself, David James, along with my band. All in one incredible night. Tickets selling fast. Get yours for just €30 at highlandradio.com, the Mount Donegal Hotel, or call us on 074 91 25000.
Okay, keep your calls and comments coming into us, by the way. 086 60 25,000 is the WhatsApp and text number. Or give us a call on 074 91 25,000. Right, we are joined by Sean McFadden, the Finn Valley College principal. Sean, thanks so much for hosting us. We really do appreciate it. It's lovely to be here.
Thanks a million, Greg. It's wonderful to have you here and just showcasing the talents that we have in our school community, and for the time that you've taken to join us.
No, that's fine.
Today.
It's a big day for the school, isn't it? And it's a nice distraction as well from the grind for teachers and pupils.
It is, yeah, and it's brilliant, and we do that. We celebrate our successes as often as we can, and it's a great creative example of our core values of people coming together as a school community with the care and the respect there shown by our excellent staff and these wonderful students who guide us every day of the week, and just really representing what Finn Valley College is all about, a school that thrives on every student reaching their own potential there. So
Yeah.
It's great.
Head girl Brooke Stewart is with us. Good morning, Brooke. How are you keeping?
I'm good.
So what's your role as head girl, Brooke?
Well, as head girl, I bridge the staff and the students, and I bring forward student feedback.
Is it a strong concrete bridge? Is it a rickety little bridge?
I would say it's quite strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
How important is it that, and Sean McFadden referenced it straight away, that students feel heard and part of the conversation, and that it is a two-way conversation?
Oh, it's definitely very important. Because like we have as much as to say as teachers would have nearly in the school. You know, we're encouraged to speak up and always voice our own opinions.
There's a student council here, is there?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about that.
Well, we have a student council. There's 2 members from each year, a boy and a girl. So we bring forward concerns or issues that are happening in the school. We kind of talk to each other. We find out what's going well in the school or maybe what's not going so well, and then we try and fix that depending on feedback.
You know, so obviously there's an authority with teachers and principals and what have you, but that doesn't mean that students and they can't work together. So would you describe it as a sort of a teamwork situation?
Definitely teamwork. Yep. Yep.
Which I presume fosters a nicer school environment for everyone.
Yes, definitely. It's a very positive environment. You know, everyone feels very, supported all the time. We don't have to be scared to say what we think. Everyone's supported.
And the first years coming in, they also have student council representation, do they?
too.
Because they're coming through with a whole... it's a very daunting time going into any school, I think, for the first time. And then also to, in terms of developing things that aren't academic per se, like resilience, confidence, advocacy, leadership. Is there much done in that regard in this school?
Yeah, well, there's loads of opportunities for that, whether it be in transition year, where you can definitely try out new experiences outside of academics, or there's many clubs like the leadership team, student council, wellbeing teams. So there's many opportunities for us to be able to talk and do things that aren't really, normal school activities.
Yeah, okay. And what year are you in?
I'm in 6th year.
6th year, okay. So this is your final fling.
Yeah.
Burn the house down as you're leaving. And what are you hoping to do once you've aced your leaving cert?
I want to be a primary school teacher.
Okay,
Yeah.
right, very good. How exciting. And we need as many as we can in this country. You want to be a primary school teacher in this country?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Don't have to chain you to the chair. Cameron Porter's the head boy. Hi, Cameron. Lovely to see you too. How you keeping, buddy?
Good, how's it going?
Good stuff. What year are you in? Sixth as well, okay. And there's a lot of been going on here. I mean, it's a beautiful setting up here, isn't it? You know, with the new grounds and the building and all that kind of stuff. It's an exciting time to be a student here. What have you seen over your 5 or 6 years?
Well, so far I'd say the past 2 years have been the most expansive for the school, for me anyway, especially with the new building. There's 3 new classrooms and the whole downstairs of it is all for the real teeny, so it also opens up other classrooms too. So there's a lot less moving around, because for at the start of the year I'd have like one class in like 5 different classrooms, if you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
And it was a lot of moving, but now it's good, you're in the one place. Lot of less overcrowding as well, and that's good.
I mean, there's a great facility here, right, for indoor sports and what have you. In terms of, and you look like a sporty chap, right, in terms of sort of developing sporting facilities, what's ongoing or has been done?
They're developing an AstroTurf at the moment. I'd say it'd be a good addition to the school for sports, because there hasn't been much while I've been here for the 6 years. But I know Mr. McFan has been trying to do more with sports, especially with the teams in the school. And the AstroTurf would be good for PE and keeping students active throughout the year.
Yeah, and of course, Sean, that's accessible more of the year, isn't it, really, an Astro pitch?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something that we ask the students, you know, for advice and their insight on there as well, and it will improve the facilities, the fantastic facilities there on offer in the school, and we know now there's 200,000 already in the kitty for that pitch, and we have our own money set aside for it, so it's exciting times. But we're just absolutely thrilled that the extension now is up in operation there from last Monday. And in particular for this young fella, he just wanted to come in. He was off sick there yesterday, but he made a huge effort to come in and talk to yourself there.
So what am I going to have tomorrow, Cameron? What have you brought into me? Is it this cold that's going about?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's got it. It's all for around the ears and throat and all that kind of stuff. Cameron, thanks for coming in. How important is it from your perspective as well, and I referenced this with Brooke, you know, that sort of two-way conversation with the principal and teachers and what have you, and that students' voices are heard as well?
I think it's very important in the school that the students' voices are heard, because it'd make you want to come in more if you feel like your opinions are being heard by the teachers and you're not just in the background, if you know what I mean. And especially with that relationship with the teachers, and students get a choice too in the school, which is nice.
Yeah, and Sean, I was going to ask you what you're going to do when you leave school, but it wasn't for sure.
Barbados,
that
I
was
think, Greg, you know, that was Gidor is as good as it.
With the Astro pitch under your arm.
Absolutely.
That question was for you, Cameron. What are you hoping to do in third level?
Hopefully something with math, probably, and the business area, like
Good
accounting
stuff.
or something.
And do you intend to go down the country to study? Or?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Brooke? Where is the best place for you to pursue your teaching career?
I'd say Dublin.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Plus, you also, if you can, everyone's different, but it's nice to have that experience as well. Right, okay, Brooke, thank you very much indeed. Cameron, is there anything either of the two you were going to mention or want to mention that I haven't asked you about? I don't want to leave anything on the table. We're good, are we? Okay, great stuff. Thank you very much for that, the two of you. Sean, you might just stay there for a moment. We're going to hear some more music now, and I think it's Farah Gillen who is performing for us, and this is a track that's coming off the album, which is officially launched today. It's Our Donegal, and it's quite cute, really, right? Because it looks like a CD, doesn't it? But wait, technology in the back. It's actually a pen drive. So I know what I would do with that. I would download it onto my laptop and then use the pen drive for something else. So I'd have the song and a free pen drive, it would feel like, anyway. Right, so we're going to hear Farah Gillen singing Homes of Donegal whenever you are ready.
I just dropped in to see you all alone only stay a while. I want to hear how you're getting on. I want to see you smile. I'm happy to be back again and greet you one and all. For there's no place else on earth just like the homes of Donegal. I long to see your smiling children standing by the door. The kettle boiling on the hearth as I walk up the floor. And then to see a welcome free for travelers one and all. For your hearts are like your mountains in the homes of Donegal. I'd like to stay along with you and while away the night with fairy lore and tales of yore beside the turf fire bright. And then to see laid out for me a shakedown by the wall. For there's rest for weary wanderers in the homes of Donegal. The time has come and I must go and bid you all adieu. For the open highway calls me back to do these things I do. But when I'm traveling far away, your friendship I'll recall. And please God, I'll soon return unto the homes of Donegal. Donegal, pride of all. Donegal, pride of all. And please God, I'll soon return unto the homes of Donegal.
Yes, big round of applause. She's off. She's had enough. I've sang. I'm gone. That's she's away off the stage already. That was Farah Gillen, accompanied once again by namesake Miss Farah Bowl. That was absolutely lovely. It's an old track, but it felt modern too. Well done, Farah. Beautiful, beautiful voice. Right, okay, we're heading towards our next ad break, but I wanted to say hello to our next guest, and it is Blake Bovard. Good morning to you, Blake. How are you keeping, my friend?
Good.
Is it anyone's birthday today, by any chance?
It would be my birthday today.
Are you the big 1-3?
Yep.
So you're a teenager now?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'd have interviewed you yesterday, you wouldn't have been a teenager?
No.
All right, I think it might have been one of your relations tipped us off to it anyway. How are you keeping?
I'm keeping good, thank you.
Okay, right. So was this something that you're very comfortable doing, Blake, when you sort of saw an opportunity? Were you delighted to get involved in our Donegal album? Yeah?
Yeah, I was very delighted to hear that you are coming to the school, so I wanted to get involved.
Oh, really? Excellent stuff. Right. So you are going to be reading Wee Huey for us, is that correct?
Yes, that would be correct.
And we also have some accompaniment. Is that in place? Is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Right. Are you ready to go then?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the birthday boy, Blake Bovard. It's Bovard.
Yeah.
Bovard. And this is his rendition of Wee Huey by Elizabeth Shane.
he's gone to school. Wee Huey, and him not for. Sure saw the fright was in him when he left the door. But he took a hand a Danny and a hand a Dan. Wee Joe's old coat upon him, och, the poor wee man. He cut the choir's figure, more stout nor thin, and trotting right and steady, with his toes turned in. I watched him till the corner, oh, the big turf stack, and the more his feet went for it, still his head turned back. He was looking, what I call him, och, my wee heart was woe. Sure it's lost, I am without him, but he'd be to go. I followed to the turning, when they passed it by. God help him, he was crying, and maybe so was I.
All right, well done. Round of applause, everybody. That's absolutely fantastic. Okay, you're going to stick with us, right? Because I want to see what the crack is in first year nowadays. It's been a while since I did it. So you stay there, and we're also going to have Coralie Brawley, I believe. Beg your pardon? Corley, yeah. Corley, I wasn't far off, was I? Sorry, boss. Right, we'll be back. We'll be back with more on the 9 till noon show after this break.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union. Seasonal loans now available for Christmas. Apply online or via our app today and get your loan transferred directly to your current account.
Get ready for Christmas at Meehan's of Rafone. Men's polo shirts, quarterzips, chinos and shirts up to 5XL. Shirt and jumper sets also up to 5XL. With a large selection of ladies' diesel fleeces with matching leggings. Christmas Club now open at Meehan's of Rafone. Gift vouchers available.
Get more great deals this week at Dunnes Stores, like Cadbury Milk Tray 445 gram and Ferrero Rocher 300 gram, just €8 each. Pick up selected Mars pouches and Tato Snacks 6-pack, now half price. And check out Deal 6 of our 12 Deals of Christmas, with 12-pack cans of Coke Zero, Fanta and Sprite, any two for just €12. Plus, save more with your 10 off 50 voucher. Make Christmas for everyone at Dunnes Stores. Terms and conditions apply. Vouchers can be used on next grocery shop. Deposit return scheme fees apply.
Why leave the magic moments and great scenes you've captured sitting on your phone when you can have them printed at McGee's Chemist? Using McGee's website or one of their in-store kiosks, you just upload your photos, select the ones you want, and have them printed instantly within an hour, or use the 24-hour service. 35mm and film from disposable cameras also printed, and old photos can be digitally restored. Hold your memories in your hand with McGee's Chemist, Letterkenny.
If you want a great price on your insurance, make it happen at Hickey, Clark and Langan Insurance Brokers in Letterkenny, where they compare quotes from all the leading insurers, so you save money and time. Home, car or van, farm, commercial or public liability, they cover it all. Call 9126688 or call into the office at Ballymacool, Letterkenny. Hickey, Clark and Langan, the local name you can trust, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Everybody has the right to be heard. If a person has a challenge with communication or decision making, there are many ways to enable their voice, such as meeting in person, using assistive technology, or together with their appointed decision supporter.
Respecting rights is a responsibility of all services, and it's the law.
My voice is my right. Assistive decision-making law means I decide.
Safeguardingday.ie from Safeguarding Ireland and the HSE.
Highland Radio weather updates with McElhinney's. Discover Christmas gift ideas for everyone on your list, from trending beauty to memorable Secret Santa gifts. Visit us in Ballybuffet to explore our extensive range of gifts, or shop online at mcelhinney's.com today.
Right, so becoming windy with a fresh to strong northeasterly wind. There'll be some rain, mainly the further east you go in the region. Temperature 7 to 9 degrees. Largely dry with clear spells. Some rain and drizzle will affect parts overnight. Unfortunately, some days they send us an Ulster weather forecast, and some days it's for Donegal. That one's for Ulster. So I'll try and get one that feels more regional. Right, so we had Blake. We were chatting to Blake. Blake's still with us, and Coralie Brawley's with us as well. First class leader. Good morning to you, Coralie.
Hi.
It's not your birthday today, is it?
No.
Oh, well, that's just an unfortunate coincidence. How long have you been a first year now? You would have enrolled in September, right?
Yeah, September.
So you're really, really new at it. And
Yeah.
What school did you come from?
Castle Finn, St Mary's.
Okay, and did you have a choice of schools, or was it always...
Yeah,
Okay, and
choice.
you chose this one?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I felt very welcome here, and I thought that it felt like a second home to anybody.
Okay. Who's paying you to say all this? Okay, that's very nice. And it can be tough to settle in, right? So how has your first couple of months been?
They've been good because there was a program set up that we could go to Garton and make lots of new friends by team building and lots of stuff like that. So it was really easy to make friends.
And Coralie, how many students would have been in your 6th class?
There was 16 of us.
16, and then you go into this school right now, and there's a load of first years, more than 16, and then the second and third and fourth and fifth. It's a big change for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very big change.
And more homework?
Yeah.
Okay, right. But nowadays, thankfully, it seems to be more tailored. And what about you, Blake? What's your first year been like?
Finn Valley's been really good. The first day I came into the front doors, it was basically like another home from here.
Coralie saying the same
Yeah.
too, which means it's not you don't dread, I mean, listen,
No.
not everyone, especially in these mornings, it's not easy to get out of bed, is it, right?
No.
But it helps if where you're going, you
Yeah.
enjoy going,
Mhm.
you know, tomorrow morning, lie on.
Yeah.
So have you been able to sort of get involved in stuff that you necessarily, I mean,
Yes.
obviously like this, for an example,
Mhm.
right?
So at the minute I am involved in the school musical. So the school musical is called All Shook Up. So it's about Elvis coming to town and it shakes the whole place up with
Brilliant.
music.
And have you always been sort of at home, you know, if there's a few around the house doing a bit of performing, or have you?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would have been
You're
very
that-
performance.
You're that guy as
Yeah.
well. Coralie, what interests are you able to explore more in this school now? Are you interested in sort of the arts, or is it sport, or is it just academic and stuff?
No, more sports I'd be interested in. But there's lots of different clubs and stuff that we never tried before. Like in PE we had badminton set up,
Right,
and I
cool.
never played badminton before. And they encouraged you and taught you how to play it correctly, so it was funner.
Yeah, sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can just grow your sporting experiences throughout your time here, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, very good. And what was I going to say to you, Blake? Getting involved in this play, you've loved this, haven't you? And
Yes.
getting involved, not this play, sorry, the play that you're involved in, but also this album. Coralie, did you get involved in the album at all?
In the water?
In the album, that's
No.
okay. You can just sit back, relax,
Yeah.
and enjoy it, and dream of playing badminton when it's all over, right? Okay. What school did you come from?
So I
Blake?
came from Robertson in Stranraer.
Okay.
And my dad would be the principal over there.
Okay,
Mhm.
right. Okay, so I'm not saying there was any favouritism there. Right? What's the plans for your birthday, by the way, before I let you go?
So after school I'm going to the Villa Rose with my mum and my dad and my granny
Lovely.
and my granddad.
Excellent,
And
fantastic.
we're going to have a lovely dinner.
Excellent, 3 Cokes.
Mhm.
All right, good stuff. Sean, Principal, it's lovely, isn't it, to sort of hear from the students themselves. And, you know, we've gone, the last 2 contributors were 6th class, and here's 2 people right at the beginning of their school life.
Yeah, it's brilliant, and I'm so proud to hear that they feel of Finn Valley College as a home away from home, and that sense of belonging, and the big real drive now nationally from the Anshaw programme for school attendance. When you hear that from our first year students, that they feel safe, that they feel happy, and that they get that sense of belonging, and that's largely down to the environment that's created here, the culture that we have, that sense of community, and that starts from the very front door with Susan, and then of course our wonderful canteen lady Una, and that's that togetherness and people putting the shoulder to the wheel for these young people who are shining lights, as I keep on saying that. And when they feel valued in a school and when they know that their voices are heard, then they can contribute a lot more to it.
Yeah, and you know, school could be tough for some people.
It is.
But what I like now, and this school clearly gets it right, and others do, and there probably are some parents who are going to wish our school was like that, and I'm not saying for you to comment in relation to that, but you know, it can be tough, and the more we can do, and I think it's great that this school gets that, the more we can do to make people feel included and welcome and happy and safe, right? And I don't mean safe in a danger to them way, but just an emotional safe, if you know what I mean. It makes all the difference.
It does, and don't get me wrong, like we're like every school. We have our issues, we have things that crop up on occasion. We are governed by the Department of Education and all that there, but when you sit down around a table and it's that real collaboration and you hear from our students as to their needs, like we knew that for the diary, for example, wasn't working for them, and we asked them what it was that they could do to make that better, and it fed into classroom practice. So our teachers are very, very open, and we've some excellent teaching staff here to hear the voice of our youth and our children moving forward. But I think the big thing is that we try and stay ahead of it. We've introduced the one-to-one devices there, that these two first years this year as well, to ensure that
What is that?
Well, it's really with the emerging needs in society that we know that, you know, to be digital literate, and with the senior cycle reform coming down, we know that digital element
there is an interesting
essential.
conversation to be having on digital, because sometimes big people see this as something that's just arrived. Others are born into it, right? So you have to accept that is now part of it. Are you just enjoying first year Cora Lee, or have you got one eye on a career yet, or is it too soon? Just going to refine your badminton skills and just chill for a bit, or what?
No, I don't know what I'm going to be.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you, or am I, Blake?
Yeah, so I'm thinking of maybe being a primary school teacher like Brooke.
Excellent. Okay, that's lovely. Well, listen, you're ambitious and all will be harnessed here, isn't it? Honest? Is it hard? What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, happy birthday, Blake.
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the Villa Rose, is it?
Mm-hmm.
They might do a nice wee special cake for you. I would say
Thank
they
you.
will. They're always class in there. Cora Lee, I beg your pardon. Cora Lee, lovely name, by the way. Thank you so much for chatting to us. And I'm delighted you're enjoying your first year here as much as you are. Really appreciate it. And Sean, for now, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Greg. Thank you.
Right, look after yourself. Right, it is the 9 till noon show. We're broadcasting live here from the gym, the sports hall, the stage, whatever you want to call it, here at the Finn Valley College. It's a beautiful setting here now, the road up to it, the surrounds, the building itself, and the developments that are ongoing to make it an extra special place for students and teachers as well. Later on today, they're launching their Our Donegal album. It's a mixture of music and poetry, performances, and all proceeds going to the Donegal Hospice. I'll remind you of where and how you can get hold of the album. But first, we'll take a break as we head towards News at 11.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, offering low-rate car loans with fast approval. Apply online at letterkennycu.ie or in office today.
Gach blian, Fain Hart Gavila Kuig Dine in Aaron Ailsha Patoiga. Kaurian Skog Hostel Patoigalat, on Riska Govafosa a Laidu. Clorig la haig tralaf tostola bowl screen Saran Ashka, Mototu idir Kaiga hocht Agashachto blian dish. Agus an tostol gent agat Suwalia, Sholarashi la Serfos, Agus Jenemi tostol or Rian Shin. Cornamage Aranolasu, Moto Gala Tilla tostolacha. Clorig inu ag bowl screen punkai no sergle, Oktia Ganoid, a Kahrakuig, a Kuig, on HSE.
At Super Value, make it a Christmas with a difference. With 33% off fresh salmon darns. With real rewards, get Ariel and Fairy laundry and cleaning ranges, just 2 for €16. Villa Maria and Campo Viejo wine cases, now €50 each. Plus, check your Real Rewards app for vouchers and make it a Christmas with a difference at Super Value. Please drink responsibly.
Help promote your business, club or school with a calendar printed by BizPrint. Call 91779555 or visit bizprint.ie for all your promotional needs.
When it comes to a great deal, Virgin Mobile doesn't play around. Introducing our new SIM plan, price locked at €15 a month, for life, with unlimited data, calls and texts, and 99% coverage. Switch today at virginmedia.ie. Virgin Media, it's playtime.
T's and C's apply. €15 per month locked in while a Virgin Mobile customer. 12-month contract. Includes unlimited data, standard calls and texts to all Irish networks. Offer ends February 18th, 2026. See virginmedia.ie.
With TUI, there's more choice than you think. Beach days or a city break. Weekend in Rome? Booked. Fly from your local airport? Of course. Just a hotel? Got them too. Number of nights? Take your pick. Tailor your trip with more options and more choice. TUI. Live happy.
This Christmas, embark on a magical journey to the wild Arctic. Meet Arctic foxes, snowy owls, reindeer, and me, Santa. I have a special gift for every child. Hop aboard Ireland's first virtual reality sleigh ride and travel around the world with me. Afterwards, make gingerbread with Mrs. Claus. To book your adventure, visit wildireland.org.
Okay, we have another hour to go live from the Finn Valley College here. We're having a lovely morning, and hopefully that's coming across on the radio. So I can't speak over that bed, it's so loud. But anyway, listen, let's cross back to the newsroom now at 11 o'clock, and we'll get a news update from Donald Kavanagh.
Thank you, Greg. Good morning. An Inishowen councillor is calling for a review of the ESB infrastructure in the south of the region after a series of power outages yesterday. This morning there were still 300 homes, farms and businesses without power in the vicinity of Tubin, Burnfoot and Inch Island. That outage was resolved within the past hour. Councillor Jack Murray says the people of the area need answers. Staying in Inishowen, and Ishke Erin says it's working to restore normal water supplies to homes and businesses in Buncrana following mechanical issues at the Slavery water treatment plant. They say customers in Buncrana and surrounding areas will experience outages or low water pressure today. As a result, they say their crews have been deployed and will restore normal operations as quickly as possible. An Irish MEP will take the lead in setting the European Parliament's position on the new Common Agricultural Policy. Fine Gael's Sean Kelly has been chosen to compile key reports for the European Parliament's Environment Committee, including its positions on CAP, food safety, climate and animal welfare for the period from 2028 to 2034. The Ireland South MEP says it's critically important that the new CAP ensures farmers are properly paid for the important work they do. Foyle MLA Gary Middleton has criticised the constituency's MP Colm Eastwood in the Stormont Assembly. Last month, the former SDLP leader was in court on charges of attending an illegal pro-Palestine march, but they were dropped after he accepted a formal reprimand. Well, Mr Middleton, who represents the DUP in the constituency, says that's an example of two-tiered justice in Northern Ireland. He claimed Mr Eastwood hasn't shown leadership toward the unionist community in Foyle. And National Broadband Ireland says high-speed connection is now available to a further 1,582 premises in Donegal under the National Broadband Plan. Works have been completed in the vicinity of Ardra, Doris, Glengesh and Glenties. It follows connections being made available on the Inishowen Peninsula, Fintown and Ballyshannon. NBI say they expect a further 3,100 premises to be connected near Donegal town over the course of next year. More on this and all of today's stories indeed on our website, highlandradio.com. We're back with headlines again at 12 noon. Until then, from the news team, good morning.
Thanks, Donald.
It's as likely as adults to catch the flu, which can sometimes cause serious illness. That's why all children aged 2 to 17 can get their free nasal spray flu vaccine. A safe and effective way to protect them, and the rest of your family too. So make an appointment with your GP or pharmacist. Visit hsc.ie/flu for more information. From the HSC.
Okay, you're very welcome back to the 9 till noon show here on Highland Radio. We're going to be crossing to Letterkenny shortly. I'm slightly concerned at the lack of earphones, so I'm not really quite sure how this is going to work, but hopefully you can hear me. Sean Quinn, can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear.
Oh,
here,
can
Greg.
you?
Good
Fantastic.
Morning from
all right,
Highland
brilliant.
Motors in the mountaintop.
Yes, indeed. And these are exciting times, aren't we? Because I think I've a sneaking suspicion that this is going to be a cracking car.
Well, we're hiding this big beauty behind us. This is the big beauty beside me is Lawrence, but I have a big beauty behind me, which is a beautiful. I'll let you tell him. What is it?
It's Renault Symbios, brand new model, Greg. So it's going into the draw hopefully, and it's a stunning car. It's a 1.3 petrol Techno, fully loaded, lovely car.
It is absolutely
we'll
beautiful.
keep chatting as Anya's showing the car there on live. But yes, Greg, so this is some lucky winner is going to actually win this car this year as part of our Christmas draw. And it's worth over €35,000. So I think, if I'm being honest with you, I think it's probably the biggest car that we've had to date in the draw. It's an absolute beauty, and it's got a load of different specs. We in 2 seconds' time, we might just jump into the car to let you have a look at it.
Yeah, but, it is an absolute beauty, Sean. And this is the prize for this is the big Christmas car draw, right? This is what's up for grabs. And can I see the back of it? I'm always a big fan of the rear of a car, just till we see what the back of this one looks like. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely stunning. Yeah, that's a beauty. It really is a lovely, lovely car. I think you're right, Sean. I think this is. I think you've really pulled the rabbit out of the hat this time.
Yeah, it's got all the spec you'd expect with a brand new car, Greg. But it's the alloy wheels. I tell you the one that hit me when I first sat in the car, and Lawrence was telling me all about it. The screen, the touch screen is as good as I've seen in that range of car, and the technology that comes with it is quite amazing. And there's so many. Safety features are standard on the car, and Lawrence will just mention a little bit about that.
Yeah. There's over 29 safety features built into the car, from lane assist, you've got your cruise control, you've got so many safety features. The radio itself is 10-inch touchscreen, as Sean had said. You can download up to about 30 apps into it, so you can download all your apps into it as well. Comes standard with the Google Maps anyway, and as we can see later when we get in the car, it's a fantastic big screen. Has all the things you expect now, Bluetooth connected to your phone, Apple CarPlay.
Does it go fast? Is it fast?
It's fast car.
Is it fast
and
car?
It's also very economical. It's a 1.3 mild hybrid, which is basically a petrol car.
Yeah.
But the mild hybrid then gives you a bit of extra economy when you're driving.
And oomph too when you need it too. That just a little bit of extra acceleration too when it's needed as well. And Sean, me and you talked about a car a few years ago, and I mean, I'm not saying you're an old fart, right? But what I will say is that you have been, as I have, a wee bit cynical about some of the assistance on cars. I was a little bit to begin with, Lawrence, and I'm just being honest with you. But see now, the likes of the lane assist and all that kind of stuff, once you adapt it and adopt into it, and Sean, maybe you have actually, all jokes aside, now started using more of this technology, it just becomes a part of everyday driving, and it's great it's in this car because you'd want it in the car.
Yeah, I'd be honest with you, I still struggle with the lane assist.
Oh, right, okay.
It's one of those, and it's not that my driving is really bad, but I think sometimes when you do, it jerks you back. The way you get a bigger fright. But I can understand why it's in the car, but I have to say sometimes if I can get that button quickly, I will try and hit it off.
I think what you have to do, right, is you have to lean into a little bit. I'll tell you, particularly for motorway driving and the wider roads, it just, I don't know, it's become part of my everyday driving, and if that car didn't have it, I'd be going, Lawrence, can you stick it on? So it's fantastic. It is an absolute beauty. And Lawrence, is this the colour we're going for as well? Because it's beautiful.
This is the exact car here in the showroom today.
It's
Greg,
gorgeous, yeah.
Yep.
So it's done in pearl white, so it's not a white. It's got a lovely fleck to it and sparkle to it. As the girls were saying earlier on, it really is a lovely colour.
Yeah.
Sean's going to sit into it here now.
Now, is it on? I don't go through the window here.
It's not on. It's not on. So he's going to sit in.
The interior is gorgeous. There's just no. He's looking for the key.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I see the screen now. All right, you've a tablet in there as well. I see. Effectively.
Isn't it cool, Greg?
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. It really is stunning. Yeah, that's gorgeous. And do you know what I like about it too? You can customize the heads-up display there that you have in front of you too, because it's digital as well. It is all singing, all dancing. Lawrence, it's a cracker. Surely that's not all standard on this car, is it? Because that
It is all standard.
Really?
And as I say, Greg, if you ever get laid off in the radio station, you want a job, give us a shout, because you're selling this car a lot better than me and Sean.
Do you know what? He was the same last year. We went driving in a car last year, and I was so impressed with his knowledge about cars. He was excellent.
Yeah,
so
no, I think, and if I'm not mistaken, I see a little wireless charging port there, do I, in front of the steering, wheel? There it is. Look, you just pop your phone down there and it's charging. Happy days. Yeah. Also, of course, folks, nowadays you don't have to wire your phone in to enjoy Apple Play and Android Maps and all that. It's done wirelessly through the Wi-Fi, which is fantastic. Beautiful car. It's worth well over 35. I love the interior. As well. Talk us through that, Sean, a little bit. It's a cloth interior, but it's very luxurious.
Yeah, cloth interior, central armrest as well, which I love because it just gives you that comfort when you're driving. Leather steering wheel. It's got all the buttons that you need. I think it's, to be fair, it's pretty standard in most cars nowadays. But your volume's up and down. You can change your radio. You can change your. I think you can.
Change the display on the dash as well.
Yeah.
You've got your Bluetooth. You've actually got Google Assist here too. So if we hit this button here. Google, what's the weather going to be like in Letterkenny today?
Today in Letterkenny it will be mostly cloudy, with a forecast high of 7 and a low of 6.
And I'm going to tell you something maybe neither of the two of you know. If you tap it, it uses Google Assistant. If you actually hold that button in, it accesses Gemini, so you get more nuanced answers from it. Did you know that, Lawrence?
I didn't know that. I learned something new today.
Well, yeah, if you hold that button in, it actually accesses the Gemini service on the phone too, which makes it extra special. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, all electric windows.
All electric.
I'm running. Sean, I'm running out of stuff.
I think the most important thing is let's tell people how can they win this car, Greg.
Yeah, you tell us. Go on.
So the draw is now live as we speak. Go on to highlandradio.com and you can buy a ticket for €15, or you can buy 5 for $50 and answer a simple question and you're in the draw. So live on highlandradio.com now. You can ring the station if you want to buy a ticket, if you can't go online, but they're now available as we speak, and the draw is on the 23rd of December, which is a Tuesday. So somebody will have a brand new car for Christmas, and you never know, Greg. I've been known now again to put a few extras in. Not going to divulge exactly what we might do, but we will do something in a couple of weeks' time to give everybody else a chance to win.
Yeah, and check out any pictures or videos we have, because there's some really nice styling points on that car. There's those little things at the back of the front wings are lovely, and there's little sort of like vents to the right and left of the rear lights too. Just some nice little modern subtle stylings there as well too. It is a beautiful car. Obviously there's loads of people watching it on our streams, but hope for privacy glass as well, things like that, critical. Right, okay, so you can go onto our website right now, highlandradio.com, and get your tickets. There's great advantage in getting in early, because as Sean mentioned, you know for yourself, there's going to be a few extra sprinkles on this delicious ice cream, right? So the earlier in, the better chance.
Put in a cold day.
Yeah, the better chance you have to be in with all of the draws. You know what goes on here, folks. You listen all the time. You know the crack. The winning ticket could be an early ticket. It could be a mid ticket. You just don't know unless you get your tickets. Okay, right. So run us through the pricing there again, because there's great incentives for either buying a couple for yourself or getting a few for Christmas for a group of people, because you can individualize the ticket, Sean. So just to give us the pricing of the tickets one more time.
Yes, so you can buy one ticket for €15, Greg, or you can buy 5 for $50.
All right, Lawrence, listen, it's great to have you on board again here, and you've really made available to us a cracking car, and it's a great relationship we have between Highland and Highland, if I could put it to you like that. We're next door neighbours as well, but it's great to be working with you, which I'm sure Sean has already referenced that, but it's a great brand and a great company and a great partner for us.
Absolutely, delighted to have them on board again. This is the second time we've done this together. And you'll probably, I'd say, middle of next week, you'll see the car actually sitting outside Highland Motors. and we may put it to different locations as getting closer to the draw. So, most important thing, Greg, it's now live. Go and buy your tickets. HighlandRadio.com.
For sure. Finally, Lawrence, I mean, obviously, you know, you've got one eye on 161s, people already inquiring in that regard, but I'd say there's some cracking value in 15s. At the moment, you know, be it low mileage X demos, I don't know what, or even just, you know, straight off the factory floor, so to speak. So there's still some value in the 15s, and people are looking forward to 16s.
Just give us a shout anytime.
All right, great stuff, Lawrence. Thanks for your time, Sean.
Okay,
Thank you for your time. Thanks, Anya, for assisting us as well. It's live now,
Greg.
Sean, and it's a cracking car, isn't it?
Brilliant. Thanks a million.
All right, look after yourselves. Thank you very much
Thanks,
indeed. Bye-bye. Take care. 086 60 25,000 is the WhatsApp and text number, by the way. But if you want to get your ticket nice and early, go onto the website, highlandradio.com. We'll be joined by our next guests live here from Finn Valley College as they launch later today their fantastic new album. It's called Our Donegal. That's coming up very shortly.
The county's #1 talk show, The 9 till Noon Show on Highland Radio.
The 9 till Noon Show with Letterkenny Credit Union. Simplify your debts with a debt consolidation loan from Letterkenny Credit Union. Call us on 074 910 2126 or apply online via our app or in office today.
Tesco Club Card gives you the power to more this Christmas. Get this week's fantastic can't miss offer on tubs of Quality Street Roses, Heroes and Celebrations, any 3 for €12. Stock up with Club Orange 18 can packs, now €9. And enjoy a festive feast with our finest Irish whole leg of lamb, now half price. Helping feed your Christmas spirit. Shop in store or online. Tesco. Every little helps. Available in most stores. Prices vary and express quotas may apply. DRS applies.
TFI Local Link operates evening and weekend services throughout rural Ireland to help you stay connected 7 days a week. We know life doesn't just happen 9 to 5, so if you're commuting, shopping, visiting family, or going out in the evenings or on the weekends, let TFI Local Link take you there. Visit transportforireland.ie.
Shop Homeland's mega deals now until November 21st. Save 25% off Dulux Easy Care, Vinyl Mat and Soft Sheen 2.5 litre and 5 litre sizes. Jefferson 3 kilowatt petrol generator now €499, save €100. All this and more in store and online at homeland.ie.
A chonig cóirí féin fasúnathe. Tá do thuairis gan connacin cum dilite inis. Buanúsáidas ras chun ícíocht agus sílacha a dhéanamh lína faoi níolád ag de bhí na saona. Le haid til ólis, techuig www.revenue.ie/íag agus tílach. Ná fán. Íag agus tílach iniu chuna cíntu go seachnaíonn tú ús, for we're ó hílach í déanacha agus pinóis.
Celebrate the life and music of the legendary Joe Dolan, live at the Mount Erigal Hotel, Letterkenny, Friday, January the 16th, with the Dolan family and the original Joe Dolan band performing all the classics, Good Looking Woman, Make Me an Island, and many more. Tickets on sale now from the hotel reception and ticketmaster.ie.
Join the Clonmany Community Centre for their Christmas craft fair this Saturday, November 15th from 12 until 4 p.m. See all the wonderful crafting talent from across the Northwest and enjoy craft demonstrations throughout the day with delicious Christmas treats and mulled wine. Bring your family and friends for a day of festive cheer.
Highland Radio Time Checks brought to you by EirGrid, the operator and developer of Ireland's electricity grid. EirGrid, powering up communities, powering up Ireland. The time is...
It's 17 minutes past 11. You're very welcome along to Friday's 9 till Noon show. I hope you're enjoying it. Of course, earlier on we had our Friday panel, but since 10 we've been sampling the voices and the musical skills of Finn Valley students and teachers. We have with us now David Franzak. Good morning to you, David. How are you keeping?
That's bad, Greg. Thank you.
Good to have you with us. Right, you have in front of you the accordion, is that correct?
I do.
How long have you been playing that?
I've been playing the accordion for about 3 years, coming up in 4 in 2026.
Right, okay. And is that your first musical instrument?
I've been playing guitar for... God knows how many years.
Right. Is there many transferable skills, if you know what I mean? There isn't really, is it? Because this is button-based, isn't it? Yeah.
It is button-based, and the guitar is like string-based, but like I have a good ear for
I
music,
get
if you know what I mean.
yeah. What got you into that?
My grandfather.
Brilliant, okay. Right, and what's it been like being involved with this Our Donegal project?
It's very nice. Like, it's a good experience to be on a CD.
Okay, I'd imagine so. And that CD, well, it's a thumb drive, but we know what David means, is available from the school, by the way. We've been hearing some live performances from it. David, what are you going to be playing for us?
I'm going to be playing 2 reels called the Donegal Reel and the Gravel Walks to Granny.
Okay, and once again, you're going to be accompanied by the excellent Miss Bogle. So whenever you two are ready, take it away. Big round of applause, everybody. Well done. Absolutely fantastic. David, when you like a piece of music, do you like the music? Do you like to dig into the background or the history of the music, or what's your take
it's
on
nice
it?
to be able to know a tune inside out and know the history of it. And
So what
composers.
interests you then about either of those or both of those reels?
Well, the Donegal reel, it was one that I had heard from a lot of fiddle playing around Donegal. It's kind of self-explanatory, really. It's just the Donegal reel, its connection with Donegal.
Yeah, it does exactly what it says in the tin.
Yes, exactly.
All right, okay. Listen, thank you so much for that. Absolutely brilliant. And David Franzak features on that new album, which is out now. We'll be back with more after we take a quick break.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union. Digital loans now available. Apply online or via our app today and get your loan transferred directly to your current account.
Ready to upgrade your car? At Shane Conley Cars in Donegal Town, we've got a great selection of makes and models to suit every budget. With flexible finance option and trade-ins welcome, upgrading has never been easier. Visit ShaneConleyCars.com or call in to see us at Shane Conley Cars, Drumlonagher, Donegal Town.
At Centro, we've got amazing Santa savers from now until the big man arrives. Like Bailey's Irish Cream Liqueur 700ml, only €10. McVitie's Victoria Biscuit Selection 490 gram, only $3.75. And Centra Fresh Hour Strip Loin Steaks 2-pack, only €9. Stock up with Centra. Centra. Live every day. Enjoy alcohol sensibly.
Entitlements scrapped in next cap. In this week's Irish Farmers Journal, how sweeping cap reforms could see a complete upheaval of farm payments and impact the land rental market. Acres payments hit farmer accounts, plans progress to cut farm inspections, plus our special on the Carrick Winter Fair. Get these stories and more straight to your doorstep with an Irish Farmers Journal home delivery subscription. Sign up today and get a free farm bucket full of Irish Farmers Journal merchandise. Visit ifj.ie/bucket.
It all starts with choosing food with the Board Bia quality mark. And from there, it grows. From your basket to farms across the land, you support over 60,000 farmers and producers committed to Board Bia's highest quality and sustainability standards. So every time you choose the Board Bia quality mark, you bring quality assured food to your table and make a real difference to those who produce it. Make your mark. Always choose food with the Board Bia quality mark.
If you're considering a new Citroen car or van for 261 registration, see the full range and check out the special offers this week at Highland Motors. On display is the new C3 Mini SUV, the C4 and C4X family cars, and the C5 Aircross SUV, still available in diesel. Also, the just arrived and much anticipated new C5 Aircross SUV, available in hybrid and 100% electric, with a range of 680 kilometres. There's great low rate finance, scrappage and trade-in booster offers available, so it's the perfect time to order at the Citroen Open Week until this Saturday at Highland Motors, Letterkenny.
All right, you're very welcome back to the 9 till noon show here on Highland. As you may be aware, we are broadcasting live today from the Finn Valley College in Stranraer. Later today, they launch their album, Our Donegal, with all proceeds going to the Donegal Hospice, and it comes in a pouch that you might expect to see a CD in, with track listings, etc. But it's actually a thumb drive that contains the album. Right, now, Miss Marianne Malloy is with me. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for having us here and for sitting in with us. How are you keeping?
Good morning, Greg. How are you?
Good stuff. You are the art teacher and the well-being coordinator.
Yes.
Okay, so
two very well, for me, I love my job, and two exciting and fantastic things to be involved in, art and well-being.
All right, and AJ Breen, good morning to you.
Good morning to you too, Greg.
Thank you for joining us. You gave me something, right? What's this about? It's a pen with a card.
I did, yes.
Am I going at this too early, or did you want a big reveal later?
I will talk about it later. It's part of our mocks.
All right, okay. And what's school life for you here, like AJ? You're chairperson of the Students' Wellbeing Programme, so presumably you work closely with Miss Malloy, yeah?
I do, very closely, yeah.
And how does the Wellbeing Programme work?
So we look over wellbeing within our school as students. As students, we know how to relate to other students, so that's why it's so important to have a student wellbeing committee within the school. I was shocked to find out not a lot of schools do have one, as we're so important and, you know, we're so good for the students. Like, we're a support system. We have our badges that they can see, that they can come to us and know that we're there for them, that we're always there to speak to them, and we always reiterate that whenever we have peer-to-peer teaching.
Brilliant stuff, and obviously it has to be a whole of school thing too, Marianne. So, you know, with you being the wellbeing coordinator, liaising with the likes of AJ.
Yeah, no, wellbeing's taken, you know, really, really seriously in Finn Valley College. It is something that's a whole school approach, and it's intertwined in absolutely everything that we do here. You know, the last few years we've brought back tutorials, so when students come in the morning, they have an 8-minute tutorial with a tutor teacher, and that gives them that time to settle every morning and get themselves ready for the day, and they have that one good adult that they're going to speak to. And also, I suppose, we have all different activities, as AJ just mentioned. You know, the wellbeing team bring that student voice to me on a regular basis, and we see if there's any emerging needs within the school, that it's my job, I suppose, to bring that to management, and then we look at how can we address these needs in relation to wellbeing for our students. And the main thing is that we're, for the well-being really, is that our students are happy, content, in the environment in the school here, so that they can reach their full potential. So, Greg, like anybody, if you're happy and content within a place, you'll achieve more and you'll achieve better.
Yeah, but there's yes, of course, there's no but. But AJ, there has to be a trust of the system too, doesn't there? Right. So if a student approaches you, that they're heard and not judged, and you feel you can act on that, and that goes up the line to Marianne. It has to work, doesn't it? It can't just be put in there just to have it there.
It does, and that's what we focus on so much. We have a weekly wellbeing message. Every week we focus on a different topic, and that helps our students know what's happening currently, and they know we're always here for them. We do so many things within our school that we talk to them, that they know us, they know our faces, and they know that they can come to us, and that gains that trust and support.
Our third guest with us is Paddy McDade, a PE teacher here and also head of the Finn Harps Academy. And sport activity is not exclusively the greatest contributor to someone's well-being, because students display the best of themselves in different ways, but it does play an incredibly important role, I'm sure, Paddy.
Yeah, good morning, Greg. Yeah, absolutely. It's important for all kids. It doesn't matter if they're elite level or they're just coming from our units, and PE is essential for all students. Also, I'm the head of the Women's Academy, which is a very important point, and it's more and more girls getting into sports now, which is so important, because especially we're still post-COVID. A lot of these kids have gone through hard years, and you still can see that even within the PE classroom, the PE setting. So it's about getting them the physical benefits are obvious ones, but it's the social, it's the mental benefits that really come through.
And it's about building sort of confidence, resilience, all those types of things, which sport's very useful for, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many characteristics to it, and it's important for every student. We're really lucky that we have a fabulous hall here, my classroom here. You're very welcome to it. And we're also
echoey for radio, but it's
and for music as well. We play a lot of music in here too.
Do you know what? The reverb's fantastic for the music. Some of the stuff we've heard so far is great, and I suppose actually, there's a synergy between Finn Harps and this school as well, because Finn Harps is one of the most inclusive, I think, and progressive clubs in terms of inclusion, be it women's football, youth football, getting out into schools. A lot of that work goes on with not necessarily the massive spotlight on it at Finn Harps.
Yeah, as head of the women's, I'm also on the board at Finn Harps, so I see it firsthand. You also have your futsal teams. You have so many teams that are accompanied for. That's why we're also pushing for this AstroTurf as well. We're trying to bring in the community. Finn Harps have been in here in the hall training, Capri Rovers local club, so we're quite inclusive to the community as well, which is really important, and that's essential for kids. As you know, the facilities in Ireland aren't great, but we're making strides towards that, which is essential.
There's 250k funding for the Astro pitch plus funding from the schools, so it's not just a dream now; it's a potential reality.
There's great facilities in this town. We use the Finn Valley Centre as well. Niall McGonigal down there. We use the leisure centre. Our first year students have just completed at the moment they're doing swimming down there as part of their curriculum. So it's just giving them, you heard Coralie on about the badminton earlier, so just it's for them to come in here and experience different sports.
I think that's lovely when she was saying that, just the idea of it's a big transition from 6th to 1st. It's tough, right? I'm glad you only have to do it once. But when you get into a place and you like the new experiences and the new people, it's lovely.
It's huge, and that's the thing. We want these kids, when they leave here from a sports perspective, trying out different sports. It's a lifelong thing that they might discover something that they do, or their own kids in the future might they'll say, oh, I did badminton, PE, whatever, I know how to do it, or I went to the pool. And I think it's so important that they get the opportunity, and that's what we're trying to do, is give them opportunities.
Marianne, happy kids make for happy teachers, right? Happy children make for happy children, happy teenagers, happy students make for happy teachers.
Yeah,
as well.
Exactly, Greg. Yeah.
Right. Okay. AJ, come on. What's this pen about, please?
Okay, so it's one of my favourite things that we've done as Wellbeing Committee is gift to the students who are going through such a hard time with their mocks.
Yes.
And it's lovely to come into your mocks and just see the whole place decorated with a pen and these wee good luck cards on their tables. They were so well received. We had a 6th year on our Wellbeing Committee. We have nearly every year on our Wellbeing Committee. We're getting our first years now in January, but the 6th year last year, Ryan Gallagher said they were so well received and everyone loved them. And then we reused the leftovers for the actual Leaving Cert and had a wee box of them, and those were well received as well.
Brilliant, because it can feel quite lonely.
Yeah.
Doing exams and what have you. It's fine if you're very academic and everything comes very easy to you, but you know, some of us aren't like that, so it's nice to know that the fellow students have got your back. What year are you in now, AJ?
I'm 6th year.
6th year, okay.
Yeah.
So what you're going doing after, if anything for that matter, what are you planning to do post Finn Valley College?
I would love to do communications in DCU.
Right, okay. With a view to doing what?
That is what I'm trying to figure out.
Excellent.
So communications is like my branch into either PR or journalism.
Fantastic, yeah. It gives you real, after a year or two, it gives you real sort of options.
Idea of what you want to do, yeah.
Good stuff. I think you'll do well. No doubt about that. AJ, thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.
Marianne, anything you want to add, or if we touched upon most of it? I think even too, in terms of well-being, this project plays its role in that as well, doesn't it? Because it brings students from different parts of the school together on a different project.
Yeah, Greg, as I said, it couldn't happen without the student voice, and you know, hearing what it's like for the students on a day-to-day basis in the school and seeing how we can support them and bring them on their journey from first year right through to 6th year. I think you talked about resilience, and you know, that applies to in sport, but also applies no more when you're sitting in an exam hall wanting to give up. You know, building that resilience within young people is important. So yeah, that's all I would say, that we are on a day-to-day basis here looking at supporting the students to reach their full potential. So, yeah.
All right, brilliant stuff. Keep up the great work, Ms. Marianne Malloy, who's the arts teacher and wellbeing coordinator. When you, in terms of teaching the arts, what are you teaching? In terms of art, is it?
Oh well, you get me started, Greg. You won't get me stopped on art. Resilience comes into art as well, you know, and the whole idea of starting a project with a theme and how to research your research skills, your problem-solving skills, your artistic skills, and you know, Greg, I think that's where the future lies. People underestimate the subject of art at times, but really, those are the people that have those skills that we're looking for in the future, you know.
Okay.
So art definitely brings to the table a lot of different skills that I feel are important for young people.
Yeah, for sure. And there's just no doubt, is there, Paddy, the importance of sport for students that are into sport as well. I mean, it's fantastic for team, either individually, like say something like boxing, a very individual sport, builds discipline. Team sports build working with others, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, we spoke about the PE as such, but also the extracurricular activities, the sports teams we run here. We had a rugby team away to Derry yesterday. We had a girls senior soccer team away to Gweedore on Monday. We do after school football on a Wednesday in the Finn Valley Centre. We do, even last year with a darts team started, so we've loads of different sports.
I see the dartboard up there, all right, yeah.
So, and just as I said earlier, it's giving the kids the opportunity to try and sample different things, because they have to find something that they'll enjoy, and it's also good for them.
All right, listen, thank you. AJ, was there anything else you wanted to mention? Are you happy out?
I just want to say that the Wellbeing Committee is very important within the school, and I think every school should have it, and I just want to advocate for that.
No, definitely, and I think it was very interesting of you to note that not every school has it. So what gaps are there in the event of that? And if there's any schools listening, you know, you have got learned experience here. I'm sure you'd be more than happy to share the model. I think every school definitely should have one. Okay, AJ, well done to you. Thank you so much indeed. That's AJ Breen. We also had there Miss Marianne Malloy and Paddy McDade, the PE teacher, head of Finn Harps. Is it the Academy or the Women's Academy or both?
The Women's Academy.
The Women's Academy, okay, thanks for that. It was a woman that wrote that out for me, just to be absolutely clear. It's not.
I'll not go there, Craig.
Caroline, don't look at me like that. I'm only joking. Right, we'll be back with, if I'm back, I might not be back. We'll be back with more as we head towards the end of this special show live from the Finn Valley College after we take this break.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, with monster loans available up to €60,000 for all occasions. Visit letterkennycu.ie.
If you need an eye test, look no further than Louis Walsh Opticians. Letterkenny's longest established opticians are delighted to welcome patients new and old to their state-of-the-art practice in the Courtyard Shopping Centre. Their latest technology includes a 3D OCT retinal camera which assesses the health of your eyes in minutes. Private, medical card and PRSI patients welcome. Call 91 21000 to arrange your eye test.
Louis Walsh Opticians, Letterkenny. Your vision, our focus.
A public interest message from Donegal County Council and Donegal Road Safety Working Group. As evenings get darker, it's more important than ever to stay visible on the roads. Whether you're walking, cycling or driving, remember that wearing a fluorescent and reflective clothing enables you to be seen, and drivers using dipped headlights can help keep everyone safe. Increased visibility makes the road safer for all road users. Be bright, be seen, be safe.
Cooking up cosy meals all the way to Christmas. That's more to value. With Lidl Plus, hearty and wholesome board BIA-proof chicken fillets, 1 kilogram, were $9.99, now $8.49. And Pinot Noir Marlborough, 20% off, now $7.99. Lidl, more to value. Get the facts, be drink-aware, visit drinkaware.ie.
At Charlie's in Letterkenny, they've been serving great food since 1984 to sit in and take away. Everything at Charlie's is cooked to order, so if you're having an all-day breakfast, a burger, or their renowned fish and chips, you'll know they've been freshly prepared. And there's a great selection of gluten-free options. Charlie's, in the heart of Letterkenny, open Tuesday to Saturday from 12 to 8, and for breakfast on Fridays from 9, on the Pierce Road. When the hunger hits, pull into Charlie's.
Without people like you, our efforts would fall flat. But when people like you give blood, someone in need gets a lifeline. Maybe someone just like you. We never get to choose when to need blood, but we can choose when to give. Find out how to become a donor at giveblood.ie. We count on you.
Highland Radio weather updates with McElhenney's. Discover Christmas gift ideas for everyone on your list, from trending beauty to memorable Secret Santa gifts. Visit us in Ballybuffet to explore our extensive range of gifts or shop online at mcelhenneys.com today.
Welcome back to Finn Valley College. Miss Denise Jacobs in front of me. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Greg. How are you?
Are you all right over there?
All good, yeah.
Excellent stuff. And we also have Miss Aisling McGeehan. Hi, Aisling. How are you?
How are you, Greg?
I'm good. I see there's a big push on social media to find this really friendly Aisling around the place. Did anyone think it was you?
Don't know.
Did you see that, Caroline?
No.
Did you? All right. Did you see it? No.
No.
It's on the internet.
Right.
Yeah,
Haven't seen it.
Right. Okay. So, talk to me about some of the sort of creative initiatives that's going on here, Denise. Or is it you, Aisling?
No, we're just talking about the Creative Clusters project that we're doing at the moment.
That's it, yeah.
I suppose we applied for it last year, Greg, and we were very successful. We just want to thank Donegal Education Centre for that. It's a 2-year project. It's really about creative learning. So we're bringing in the arts and the music to it, but we're collaborating with 4 other primary schools in our local area. Suppose a big shout out to School Region Convoy, Dewish National School, St Mary's Castle Finn, and Robertson's National School in Stranorlar. So we're linking in with those, we're collaborating with them and their teachers, and it's about songwriting and developing those creativity skills among students.
And how does that work in sort of on a day-to-day basis?
Okay, so I suppose my name is Denise Jacob. I'm one of the art teachers here in the school, and Miss Bogle is the other teacher involved with this. And what it looks like for us, RTY students are mentors for the primary schools in this project, and we're bringing the primary schools into us here in Finn Valley College, and that started last week when we had a 1-day workshop where Breaching Carr came on board as our artist, and they were in here for the day, Greg, creating songs. And I suppose the end goal is that each primary school will write their own song, and then together with RTYs we will have a collaborative song as well. And all of those ideas are stemmed from the kids themselves and the students and their creativity and bringing in their ideas. And what came across very strongly was their focus on community, and they really want to bring that into their songs that they're writing.
I think it's lovely actually to set those types of challenges. Sounds great fun. It is. It would be great fun. Yeah, I'd say they're really enjoying it.
The
hall was buzzing with Breaching Car and everybody's dancing.
Well, she's brilliant at that stuff as well.
She's brilliant.
Isn't it?
And we were in here, Greg, and the TYs were mentors for the day. They were in a leadership role, I suppose, for the day. And we had students with guitars and ukuleles and tin whistles. We had individuals standing up and even just building those confidence skills in them to stand up in front of their other peers, and obviously people they haven't met as well, Greg. And we're really looking at that transition from primary into post-primary, and these days like this really help because they're mixing with other students from other schools, and when they go into secondary school they may potentially meet those people, and that's a familiar face for them when they go into post-primary.
Also, something like this is excellent because you're enjoying yourself, but you are learning or developing, and I think sometimes you get the most out of it when you don't necessarily
they
realise
don't actually realise that
exactly.
it's active learning. It's out of the classroom.
We've just let the secret out, right?
But as well as that, like, we're building the skills among those young people. Like, we're preparing them for their junior cycle. We're target setting, we're goal setting all the time in the school. So you're developing the communication skills, the working with each other, the creativity skills of the new junior cycle, and that then's feeding into the new senior cycle key competencies, which we're teaching our students and our young people all of the time, and we're preparing them for success.
Yes, of course, it's all go. Of course, we're here today to launch the Our Donegal album. It's a project that an awful lot of effort clearly has gone into, and also all eyes are on January, All Shook Up, the school musical as well. We're going to hear a bit about that before we do. Are both of you involved in that?
I'm the social media guru, so this
I'm
lady here is very much involved in that,
all
and
right,
we are so excited because this is our first musical, Greg.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
Yeah.
And Denise, January might seem a long way away, but in terms of preparing a production and what have you, you're right in the thick of it, I take it.
We are. There's a lot of work going in, Greg. We have been here every Wednesday after school since, I suppose, middle of September. We're here every Wednesday. We're now here on Thursdays as well. There's students coming in lunchtimes to practice. The art rooms, flat to the mat with the props. We are, but it's a team effort. Everybody's working together. Their students are so enthusiastic. They're buzzing. The students now that are not in the musical, they're talking about they've bought their tickets. They're ready to see the show.
But you know what you're blessed with too is the Ballot. It's in the Ballot Theatre.
It's in the Ballot Theatre.
So that gives it a massive credibility. But it also gives it, one of the country's most famous stages for the students to sort of aspire to performing on.
And it's it's developing those community links and
of course, exactly. I was going to say just in relation to the facilities, sometimes not you guys or me, but we can take it for granted. But the Ballot Theatre, there's top performers can't wait to get up here and perform on that stage. Right, listen, stay where you are for now, because we are going to get a sample of All Shook Up. I believe I lost that piece of paper. Where is it? Anyway, here it is. It is All Shook Up, and girls, take it away whenever you are ready there. Oh, we're only just mentioning it. Okay, yeah, I'll do that in a second. Go on, go ahead there, yep. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. So that is not All Shook Up. That's an advert for... Why are you shaking your head at me for? It's handwritten, Caroline. Students, by the way, type things out. You can read them. All right, listen, thanks very much indeed. So we have a performance coming up. Do you want one of you guys set it up for us? Who's up on stage? Because I'm sort of side on from it here, so I can't... No, use this microphone, please. Ms. Bogle, thank you very much indeed. So what have we got lined up for ourselves here? This is a reading, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
So
I only have one name, but it appears to be three people there, you see.
It's okay. So we have two performances coming up now, Greg. The first one is a poem by Seamus Heaney called Had I Not Been Awake. And it's when he was recuperating from a stroke, and he was in Donegal, and he wrote this poem kind of following that. So Ciara Moss is going to deliver that poem for us in a moment. And then after that, we're going to have Songs of Our Land, which is based on the Francis Brown poem. And the music was put to it by Martin McColgan, who's a local musician here.
And I see where my confusion is because Ciara Moss is doubling up.
She is.
So Ciara is going to go with the reading first, isn't it? So very much looking forward to this. This is Ciara Moss and a sample of Had I Not Been Awake by Seamus Heaney, and then very shortly thereafter we'll hear Songs of Our Land. Okay, so Ciara, take it away when you are ready.
Had I not been awake by Seamus Heaney. Had I not been awake, I would have missed it. A wind that rose and whirled until the roof pattered with quick leaves off the sycamore and got me up, the whole of me a patter, alive and ticking like an electric fence. Had I not been awake, I would have missed it. It came and went too unexpectedly, and almost it seemed dangerously, hurtling like an animal at the house. A courier blast that there and then lapsed to ordinary, but not ever after, and not now.
Oh wow, Ciara, well done. That was delivered absolutely superbly. That was lovely. That was had I not been awake by Seamus Heaney. By the way, what we're doing here is we're sampling some of what's on this fantastic new album from this college, Our Donegal. Now, we can also now hear Songs of Our Lands. Ciara is staying in front of the microphone, and he's joined now by AJ Breen and Niamh Brown. Well done. That was lovely. That was our Songs of Our Land. AJ Breen was up there. Ciara Moss, who had done the previous reading excellently as well, and Niamh Brown. So well done to all of you. I just want to mention a few of the people who are also on this album but aren't performing for us today, but are still very important people. Clodagh Harkin has a traditional song, She Moved Through the Fair, that is on the album. Donegal by Denise Blake. There's readers Joey McGovern, Jack Barron, Josh Morrow, Amelia Shelbeck and Mia McClelland, and also the Al Piper writer Carl Hardebeck, and the singer there is Sean Byrne. Okay, so So that's all on the album, and it is available. If you contact the school, they'll sort it out. It's going to be available around some premises in and around the Finn Valley and beyond as well. I just want to mention we had the very exciting launch today of Highland Radio's big car draw for Christmas. We've teamed up, as you may have heard, with our friends at Highland Motors to give you the chance to win something truly special. It's a brand new Renault Symbiose Techno, and it's a beautiful car. Check it out if you weren't watching the stream, and it's worth over 35 grand. So you can get your tickets right now on our website, highlandradio.com. You can just buy one ticket, have a punt for €15, or you can buy 5 tickets for 50, which boosts your chances, of course, and reduces the cost of that ticket down to a tenner, so you can group in with other people or buy them yourselves and part them out for Christmas presents as well. And the draw will be on Tuesday, December the 23rd during this show, so make sure you're tuned in then and get your tickets now, because as you can imagine, as the date approaches, there'll be some little bits of extras, so you can buy your ticket now and be in anything that might be coming up. Right, I think we have Erin Alexander and choir, and they're going to be singing for us right now, so whenever you're ready, take it away.
The lights of London are far behind. The thoughts of homeland are crowding my mind. Familiar places come into view. I see my home. Soon I'll see you. We'll talk to the old folk. They're getting on. Treat them till late nights. Sing a few songs. We'll talk of the neighbors and life in town. There's so much to tell them. The days fly around. This is my homeland, the place I was born in. No matter where I go, it's in my soul. My feet may wander a thousand places, but my heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. And then tomorrow we'll take a walk down to St. Mary's, to a sheltered spot. We'll kneel and pray there for the ones that are gone, and hope they're proud of their wandering son. This is my homeland, the place I was born in. No matter where I go, it's in my soul. My feet may wander a thousand places, but my heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. This is my homeland, the place I was born in. No matter where I go, it's in my soul. My feet may wander
Okay, that was absolutely lovely. Thank you very much indeed. That's where we have to leave it on the show today. Thanks. I didn't say goodbye to Miss Denise Jacobs. Good luck with All Shook Up. And Miss Ashleen McGeehan, thank you very much indeed. It's always a pleasure. Keep up the great work. Thank you to all the teachers and management here at the Finn Valley College. We've had a lovely morning and we've been royally entertained by the students here with a fantastic mix of entertainment. But we're going to play out now with the Finn Valley College anthem. But before we start, a thanks to Caroline Orr and Shannon who were working on the show, and Joe as well, who kept us right technically. So to play us out, it's back over to the choir with the Finn Valley College anthem. We'll chat to you on the 9 till noon show on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Finn Valley College, Donegal, ETV. We care for each other in our school community. United we stand, extending our knowledge, together as one in Finn Valley College. A place to learn, a place to have fun, to be kind, be kindled to support everyone. Equal opportunity, accepting of all. We pick each other up if ever we fall. Finn Valley College, Donegal, ETV. We care for each other in our school community. United we stand, extending our knowledge, together as one in Finn Valley College. Together our learning excels and grows. Respect is a value we strive to show. Working hard is our key to success. We're reaching our potential and doing our best. Finn Valley College, Donegal, ETV. We care for each other in our school community. United we stand, extending our knowledge, together as one, together as one, together as one in Finn Valley College.
The 9 till noon show with Letterkenny Credit Union, now offering mortgages from 40,000 to 600,000 euro with no hidden fees or transaction charges. Letterkenny Credit Union.